Oh, where the fucking those other headers went? Oh, right there. Let's see if somebody else is in the other one. You never know sometimes. How's it going, everybody? One person watching. Better than none, I guess. Bum, 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 bum. Save. Good to save. Bum, bum, bum. Well, say hi. I know there's one person watching me. Say hi. I don't bite. Bum, 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 bum. Oh, maybe it's too early. I don't know. Maybe it is. Huh. Oh, is there somebody? Hi, Dominic.
How are you?
Oh, not too bad. Not too bad.
That's good. Yeah. Felt like doing a little bit of actual work today.
Yeah. I finished my 34 Ford.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I just finished a few minutes ago.
Oh cool. All done.
You know how it is. We're our worst critics when we're done with the model. We
Yeah.
always find the mistakes we made.
Yep.
You know how it goes.
Oh yeah. Usually I find the mistakes and then I try to correct them and then they get screwed up and then I just put them back in the box and forget
I had
about
it once. I entered a contest and I forgot to put the steering wheel, and I still won second place. I
it.
couldn't freaking believe it. Hi, Mark and White Glove. Oh, you're trying to do some work in the paint booth? And plus a monkey?
Hey, how's it going?
Not too bad.
Hey,
You got some feedback, White Glove.
There, that should take care of that. Is that better?
A little bit better. Yeah.
yeah, sounds good to me.
Yeah.
So this is a 1/72nd scale. I will never, ever do 1/72nd scale vehicles ever again.
I don't
I
blame you.
say that, but holy crap, like the parts, I spent more time looking for parts that went flying out of my tweezers than I
Yeah.
did actually building the kit.
I bet.
But I got to get it primed. I'm going to prime it, and then I think I'm just going to hand paint the whole thing because it's so small. I just can't fathom trying to change paints in the airbrush every 5 seconds.
Well, that's like some of those people, you know, they buy those real small ships and they buy all this photo etch. Holy crap, man. I would lose all my freaking hair doing one of them.
Yeah. Yeah. I know it's just like I don't know how well it's going to show up on the camera, but
Yeah, it's got pretty well good detail for that scale.
yeah, I was really surprised with the detail in it. So I'm kind of curious, how it's hard to sand some of the areas because I don't have like this spot right here. When I was gluing it together, it's got some fingerprints in it, and trying to sand it is a pain in the butt.
Well, they got these round like sanding sticks, but they're kind of hard, but you can bend them into any shape you need.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you talking about these? These aren't round though, but
No,
I'll
no,
have to.
no. I don't know if I could find any. If I find one, I'll show it to you.
Okay. Yeah, I still need to get the GTO wet sanded so I can put the final color on it. So I might do that today as well because I really want to get that GTO finished.
These sanding sticks I'm talking about. Oh, would help if you see the freaking label. Oh, these ones there.
Oh yeah, okay,
They got a needle point at the end.
that's cool.
See that?
Yeah,
And you can bend them to any shape you want to get into easy small areas. And this thing here, I got from Micro Mart. And see the blade on the end?
yeah.
And I tell you, this tool is great for removing seams and whatnot,
Okay.
and mold lines. Especially if you're doing the roll bar, roll cage, and all that, and those funny car chassis. This is great for that. But you know how Micro Mart is; they're pretty pricey for a lot of things.
Yeah, actually, Micromark is weird because sometimes stuff will be way cheaper than anywhere else. Because I think a lot of a lot of hobby stores purchase stuff from them, but sometimes you'll find stuff and it's super expensive at Micromark, so it's kind of hit or miss.
Yeah, like for diamond plate, I find Micro
Uh,
Mart the best for your buck. And diamond plate, you know, for your trailers and whatnot.
Paul actually used I can't remember, it was off of a coffee, some foil that was on like a coffee container, and he said that that's what he used for diamond plate, and so he's actually sending me some, so I'm hoping it looked really good on his Land Rover. He put it on the Land Rover like right here.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And
I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Some of the when you open the coffee container, sometimes it has that aluminum kind of look on the top.
Yeah. So I'm gonna try that and see how it turns out, because I think his looked great.
Yeah. Hi, Mark.
That's the only thing here is the motor. I don't know how I'm going to paint it up, and I want to do some of the wires, but it's pretty small. So that's the thing, is I don't have a huge variety of size and diameter of wire. I only have like one kind, and so I might try to find some different size. What is it? The soldering wire that people usually use?
Yeah, I've got like this. This is pretty thin. What gauge is it? 0.6 millimeters.
Okay.
And that's as small as you can get.
Does it paint up pretty nice too, or does it hold
Well,
paint?
you gotta use a little bit of rough sandpaper because
I'm
Yeah.
just having a smoke. Give me a minute.
yeah, you gotta use a bit of soft sandpaper because it has
Okay.
like a glossy finish to it. That's the
Okay.
only way paint's gonna stick to it.
That sounds fair.
Yeah. Hi, Mary. Yeah, it's just like I use a lot of the. Actually, you know what kind of wire you should get is that ultra wire they use for fly fishing.
Oh yeah.
That'd be
Yeah, because
ideal for your. That'd be ideal for your spark plug wires.
and that comes in different diameters too, doesn't it?
Yeah, yeah. Let me find some. If I could find some on my messy desk.
Yeah.
Oh, right here. Jesus, right in front of my freaking nose. This here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, see how thin that is?
Exactly.
And you could get yeah, you could get different thicknesses. I think this is it says just small. So I think they have small and extra small and large. I don't know what diameter it is, but it's very small. And that's
Okay.
black. They have red, they have yellow, gold, orange. Hi, Terry.
Hey,
How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good.
Hey Terry, how you doing?
All right. What's the matter? I can't see the screen. Oh, there it is. I can't see the rest of y'all. I got the laptop on where I can see the chat room, but I can't see on the phone anything but me. Must have something pushed that shouldn't be, or something that should that's not. First time
Wow.
that's the first time I've been on here with that Restream. So it's
Yeah.
a little
Did you do an interview with Josh yesterday?
yeah.
Yeah, I need to watch that.
Yeah, I think about 15 people showed up watching it, but it showed he had 49 views after it was over with, so I don't know how many actually seen it.
I
Yeah.
came in the last 10 minutes or so.
Hey, Mary. Yeah, I feel a lot better than what I have in the last 6 months.
Really?
That's good. That's good.
The doctor that I've got now, I mean, he told me 11 years ago when he was a doctor in England, he used to be a heart and lung specialist both, and now he's a kidney specialist. And he really knows what he's doing, and he gave me some medicine this time, where I'm not being able to have my lungs forced out in the last 2.5 years. It causes all this fluid to build up on my lungs, and I actually start drowning in my own fluid, and that's what put me in the hospital this last time. But he gave me these pills that I take. It's called a fluid pill, and it keeps that fluid off my lungs. I take 2 a day, and with that being off my lungs, it's just like having them washed out, like before. And now I can actually feel the air going into my lungs, whereas before I couldn't do that.
Oh, that's good.
I could breathe in, but the air wasn't going anywhere.
Right.
Now I can actually feel it.
Yeah. Hi, Charlie.
I don't know why this won't let me see nobody but myself.
Are you on the YouTube channel or are you on the Restream?
I'm on the Restream. I just clicked on the link that you sent. It's a
Yeah.
guess.
Yeah, the Restream won't work if you're using a phone.
Oh, if I'm on my cell phone, it won't work.
No.
That's what I'm on.
Yeah.
It
That's
must be
probably why
working.
that's probably why you only see yourself.
That could be. But I'm used to using that StreamYard, when you do it up with it.
Well, the reason why I went to Restream because I don't have to watch my hours.
Yeah.
See,
Yeah, I know.
Restream is unlimited for how many hours you want to go on there.
Yeah, I noticed, since you've been using it, you've been staying on like 3 or 4 hours at a time. Where with you, StreamYard, I know you was limited like 20 hours a month, and you was kind of keeping an eye on, how long you stay on there. But now it's like, where it's unlimited, you just come on here every day and stay as long as you want to. It don't matter.
Yeah, yeah.
Ooh.
I like it better. I like it better because the chat is better, the picture is better.
Yeah.
But everybody their own, right?
Yeah, I think it looks just a little bit better as far as picture wise, but other than where I'm on the phone, I can only just see me. I can't see everybody else. But I've got my laptop up, running in the background or behind me, or
Yeah.
behind my phone, and I can see the chat room and I can see everybody's in the hangout.
Oh, okay.
So it's not like I'm sitting here talking to myself. I can see everybody else.
As long as you don't answer yourself, you're okay.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's what I've always been told. There's nothing wrong with talking to yourself as long as you don't answer yourself back. That's when you got a problem.
Yeah,
When
you
you
start
start
taking
arguing
your-
with yourself, that's a real issue.
Oh
then
yeah,
you start- yeah. Then you start.
I
changing
answer
your
myself
voice.
all the time.
yeah. When you start arguing with yourself, that's when you start arguing with the biggest fool they are.
Yeah.
I
At
do
least
have a
you'll win if you argue with yourself.
I do have a question for people that are on right now. Anybody that does photo etch, which is better, these standard needle files like the regular crosshatch file or the diamond files? Which one's better
Ooh.
for doing photo?
The diamond files, I would think would scratch it more.
Because
So,
these
I
are
don't.
pretty fine, but I hear a lot of people using the diamond for, burying the photo etch.
Well,
So-
the diamond file is going to hog out a lot. So if it's that's a tough one. I think it depends on the photo etch too.
Yeah.
Thank you, Murray.
I was just asking, if anybody that does photo etch, which one do they use, or which one have they used both? Which one do they prefer? So far I've only used these crosshatch ones, but I mean, if people say that the diamond ones are better for it, well, maybe I'll pick up a set. Because I'm new to photo etch. So.
yeah, I don't
It's
use
good.
photo etch that much, Mark.
That's what I was going to say. I've never used photo etch, but I just bought a bunch of. I bought my next door neighbor from where I moved from. I just bought out everything he had in the hobby line, and he had probably $300 worth of photo etch parts and stuff, but I've never used any of them. But to me, I just figured it'd be hard to use, The way everybody talks anyway.
Well, it's not that easy, Terry. Like you got to know how to put it on too.
Yeah.
I've used both kinds of files, and the difference between that I found is the crosshatch one will catch if you don't have it at the right angle, where the diamond one just kind of goes across a little more smoothly and doesn't catch on the edge of it.
And that's what I find too right now is if you go the wrong direction, you grab the part and you could easily bend it and then it's garbage, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and I've heard a lot of people say, just taking it off this tree or whatever, that 9 times out of 10 it ends up flying across the room and you never find it anyway.
Well, I watched a guy yesterday and he had a great tip for doing that. He says, if you got the photo etch, take whatever size of masking tape, put the photo etch on it. And then when you cut it off, it stays stuck to the tape.
Yeah.
So I'm going to try that.
Yeah, that's what I did. I did all the time. Mark it if I ever use photo etch, but like I said, I hardly ever use it.
No,
I
I
try
like
to.
it. And I want to use it more often.
I always try to scratch build it if I can.
Well, the thing is, if it's so thin, and that's where a
Yeah.
lot of your detail comes from, right, is the thinness. Scratch building is one
Yeah.
thing. I mean, technically you're still scratch building, but to try and cut this tiny little piece out right here, and it's, thinner than a piece of paper, you'd never be able to use styrene or anything to do that.
Hey, Big
Yeah.
Charlie, I didn't see you speak to me or say hi until just now. Sorry about that.
Yeah. Hi, Double Moon Channel. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, you're probably in Philippines if you're talking about evening. We're in the morning. We're just after lunch.
It's
That's the
9:30.
biggest problem. You try to have
where
a
I'm at.
hangout at a good time, but you can't ever connect with everybody that's associated with your channel either.
Yeah, I was on Colin's brunch stream this morning. It was 8:20 a.m. here, but they was all talking about fixing dinner. I told them
Yeah,
it was time for eggs and bacon instead of roasted or pot roast and potatoes and stuff like that they was talking about.
Yeah, I was there too, Terry.
Yeah, I spoke to you. I don't know if you've seen it or not.
No, I was watching my son, trying to get him up on time.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, sometimes that can be a full-time job, at least for mine.
Yeah.
Mine, you have to start.
He never knows when to go to bed, and then he never knows when to get up.
Yeah. Mine, he go to bed, but it'll take you an hour. Or you have to start an hour ahead of time. But if you want him up at a certain time, you have to start an hour before doing it.
Yeah.
Then he might make it on time, but you don't have no problem going to bed. It's just a problem getting out of it. My kids are the only ones I ever seen that could sleep 12 and 13 hours a day and they're not bothering at all. I can sleep 3 or 4 hours a day, and I consider myself a good night's sleep.
Yeah. Hi, Dominic.
That's what I'm trying to.
Dominic, what are you working on?
A NASCAR Monte Carlo.
Oh yeah.
Painted it's going to be the unveiling car of Earnhardt's when he switched to the Goodwrench colors.
Okay.
Oh,
So
yeah.
It's going to have limited decals, chrome wheels, chrome spoiler.
What's funny about that is I remember when I was a kid, because I absolutely loved Earnhardt, and he had the red Budweiser car, the Monte Carlo.
Mm-hmm.
And when he switched over to Goodwrench, I was so mad because I really liked that red car. I built the red one. I don't think I ever built the black Monte Carlo.
You talking
good
about
wrench.
Junior? Junior had the Budweiser car, right?
Yeah.
No, didn't. Oh, maybe it was. I don't.
Yeah.
It was so long ago. I thought that Senior had the Bud car for a while.
No, he went from
No.
Wrangler, the yellow and blue car, to
Yeah,
the black.
That's
And-
right.
I was going to say, I thought Dale Earnhardt had the blue and yellow Wrangler, wasn't it Monte Carlo?
Okay, that's right. Now I
Yeah.
remember. Okay,
Junior
yeah, it
was
was.
number 8 Budweiser.
Yes, he went from the number 8, which was his grandfather's number.
That was so long ago. I can't. That's crazy.
Yeah,
I was
well,
watching the race that Dale died in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, that was a bad day for
'Cause
everybody.
He was born, or he died on the year that my son was born on my sister's birthday. My son was,
Really?
my son was born in, well, he was also born in February, but February 2001, and it was my sister's birthday on the 18th, which is when he died.
Wow.
February 18th, 2001.
you know, I was watching the race and I saw him wreck and I turned it off. And my
Yeah.
mother called me a couple hours later. She goes, "Did you watch the race?" I'm like, "Yeah." She goes, "Did you see what happened to Earnhardt?" I said, "Yeah, he wrecked again." She goes, "He died." I'm like, "He what?"
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that was a bad day.
The legend.
I'm also
and
doing
intimidator.
the Wrangler car, but I'm gonna have I'm gonna have him sitting on the car, like on the door sill here, wiping the windshield, because there's a famous video clip of him doing that coming down the pits. Childress didn't want him to pit. And he said, "Well, I'm coming. I'm gonna be off radio for a few minutes," and they had video of him going down the pits cleaning his windshield.
That sounds like him.
Yeah, 65 miles an hour on the door sill of the car. But he didn't want to. Childress didn't want to lose any track position, so he just came down the pits in the same speed as the pace car and back out.
Back in the day when you could do that, now they give him a penalty for getting out of the car while it was still moving.
Yep.
Yeah.
Have you talked to Doug at all, White?
No, I texted him the other day to let him know that I would be coming up or coming down in a couple weeks, but I haven't heard back from him yet.
Yeah, because I talked to Shane, his friend, and he text messaged him and emailed him and called him and no response.
Yeah.
And he
I
just
wonder-
lives not too far from him.
Really?
Yeah. So I don't know what's going on. He said he might have COVID. He doesn't know. Tried to get
Yeah.
a hold of him for a whole week.
It could be.
Well, we got to deal with the winter, so it might be a lot worse in the wintertime with this virus.
Yeah.
I can't wait until you start building, Terry.
Yeah. I've been going through a lot of stuff. I bought a lot. I don't know if y'all heard or any of y'all was in the interview yesterday, but I bought a lot of stuff from my next door neighbor, and I've been going through that today and trying to get stuff sorted out and everything.
Oh, cool.
And because I bought, like I said, well, I bought. He had 16 models that he built himself. I bought all them. I've got about 20 kits that's not been built. I've got all that photo etch, pre-wired distributors, and all that stuff. A lot of stuff from ProTech, and you know, that he bought, you know, from other places, Pegasus wheels and stuff like that. All kinds of metallizers for you know, paint and stuff. He probably had 50 or 60 bottles of paint, different kinds of paint. Tamiya, Vallejo, you know, just every kind you could think of. All kinds of other stuff. He had these garage dioramas that, you know, he built and stuff. All the little toolboxes and the benches and air compressors and all that stuff. All that come with it. The little grease rack or the lift. I mean, it's just a ton of stuff that he had, and I bought all of it off of him for $300.
Oh,
And
that's all right.
I've been trying to sort it all out. I mean, he had evergreen plastic. It just everything you could think of he had left over, and
Huh.
which I'd bought right before I moved down here in this new home. I bought 54 models off of him for $300, and then he decided, he was just going to get out of the modeling altogether because that's the way he does. He'll do something or get into habit or a hobby of doing something other, and then he'll get burned out on it and then just get rid of everything. And then a year later, he decides to get back into it and then he'll start buying it all that back over again.
Wow.
That's just the way he is. And but I've got he had a great old big stack of model car magazines that he let me have went with it. And but the only thing he kept was his airbrush, and I told him I didn't need that because I had 5 of them already anyway. But
Right.
I mean, to me it was a real good deal, and he wanted made the price, and he sent my son when they went down to our other home and mowed the grass and stuff. He went over and took videos of what and all he had for sale, and then he sent it back to me and showed me what he had for sale, and I told him, I said, yeah, buy it for him, and I give him the money to pay for it with, and but I just want to get
you'll like the Vallejo paint.
I just wanted to get everything sorted out and everything, and but he had a lot of paint, glues, tools and stuff like that, that he used just about everything that you could think of, for a hobby. He got rid of all of it.
Wow.
So I was just going to try to sort everything out. All the models that he had built, he had them in a plastic case like you've got behind you. I tried to buy it off of him too, but he wouldn't sell it to me because he said his brother bought it for him, and I offered him $100 for it. He wouldn't take it, but because they're $163 on Amazon, one just like it. So I thought maybe I might get it cheaper by buying the other one that he had. And but my sons, they took and wrapped all the models that was built already in paper towels, and when he got them brought back down here, none of them was tore up. I mean, they packed them good, so none of the wheels, nothing was gone off of them. So, but he bought a Jungle Gym resin body back in, I think it was around 2011. I remember when he bought it. He gave like $75 just for the engine they put in it. With all resin, cast, and everything. He had probably $150 just in that Jungle Gym model. I ended up getting that in with the deal, plus about 15 other ones.
Oh, cool. So what's new,
So
Dino?
I figured I'd come out pretty good, and I know Big Charlie. I think he's bought some stuff off of some guy, and so I watched him all stuff he'd bought for the price he did. So I figured, I got a pretty good deal on what I bought off my next door neighbor who used to be.
Right.
I even got kits here that I never did get a chance to make a video because I've been too sick, that my kids bought for me back a month ago for my birthday, and they never have got to make a video of them. And got a lot of shop cards I need to make a video of, which I may do that tomorrow since I am feeling a lot better.
Oh, that's good.
I mean, most of you noticed yesterday, I didn't have any problem at all breathing or nothing else yesterday in the interview, and we stayed on here for 2 hours. I started I started to come in here on your live stream yesterday after the interview, but I told Mopar, I said I'm just going to sign off for now, and I'll come back on after a while because I was wanting to get back in there and rest a little bit, and before I come back in there, and I just never did do it, and my phone had run down anyway. But
Right.
I mean, I feel a whole lot better.
That's good.
If I can just stay like this now for the next couple of months, I'll probably get some stuff done.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Hey, Zeno.
What's up, man? Good to see you, bro.
Thanks. It's good to be here too.
Yeah, that's it. Rattle them cans and glue that plastic, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe Terry will build a lot more than Mopar Nut will.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, right. All talk and no action, huh?
Yeah, I mentioned that yesterday in the interview. I told Josh, I said, we aggravate Mopar all the time on the,
Yeah.
the hangouts because well, Rick Zink posted in, was in the chat room, and he posted about, the show and tell where I was talking about, back in the 6th grade, we used to take models to school and show all the, the guys that we used to, that built models, we'd take them to school with us and show everybody, what we built, that week or whatever. And
Yeah.
I told him, I guess that was that back then. That was our model car show.
Show and
We'd all,
tell, man.
yeah, we'd
I remember
tell
doing
the
that.
day, we'd tell them all of them the day before. Well, bring your model to school tomorrow and let's see what you built. The last week or so, and everybody that was done it. We'd all in the same grade. Especially we'd show up the next day. We'd carry our model car in the box. And get on the bus and go to school with it and then
Yeah.
show them. But like I said, back then we didn't have model car shows and stuff like we got now to go to. So I guess in a way that was our model car show.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, White, did you fix your 67 GTO?
That's what I'm doing right now. I'm trying to get I'm just wet sanding off that gloss that was on I didn't gloss coat it yet, but how the Tamiya tends to gloss over a bit.
Yeah, yeah.
But I don't know. I'm gonna finish wet sanding all this down and then reshoot it with that blue. But it's got metallic in it, and I don't know. I might have screwed this one up.
Well, yeah, but if you're gonna put like light coats all over it after you wet sand it, then you'll get
should
those
be-
metal flakes back.
Okay. Oh yeah, and I think you had said go lighter on the airbrush, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So as soon as you notice that you're getting the right spray pattern that you're comfortable with, then just leave it at that.
Okay.
Don't change the pattern, because if you change the pattern, then you're going to see the flakes go more in certain areas than others.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll show you my 34-4 because it's all done before I do a video on it.
Blow it up, John.
Yeah, I am.
Oh yeah.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
I like
good.
that. I like the color on it. It almost looks like a pearl.
It is.
That's awesome.
Come out nice.
Yeah, I got the aluminum panel for the firewall.
Yeah.
I got the parachute on the back. Scratch built the shocks on the front.
That turned out good.
Yeah, it did.
And then there's underneath with the
Oh,
dry
yeah.
shaft loop and the dry shaft.
Yeah. You see that side note to modeling that when people got killed and hurt down here yesterday at that drag race?
No, what
yeah.
happened?
Yeah, in Kerrville, Texas, about 65 miles from here. A buddy of mine was up there running, but I saw it on the news, but I talked to him too. Car towards the end of the track lost control and went off. A lot of people parked beyond the limits there of the rails and stuff, and the car went right into them and killed two little boys.
Oh, wow.
8-year-old and a 2-year-old, and then one was dead on the scene. One he took airlifted, and there was 6 or 7 other adults that were hurt. A couple of them in stable condition, and 2 or 3 more treated at the scene were okay, but there's still about 3 or 4 in the hospital.
Wow.
Yeah, he just lost control of the car on the top end and went off the track and took a bunch. Right into people got canopies set up and stuff like that. And just, right into them, man.
Wow.
It was sad. Yeah, a buddy of mine was running a 95 Fox Mustang up there. He runs it was at an old airstrip is what it is, but it's been converted into a drag strip, no prep track too. And of course, you know what I mean? Everybody's hyped on no prep and all that, but this, John, back in the day, there was no such thing other
Yeah.
than putting bleach on the tires back then before they discovered it was eating up the track. But I mean, it wasn't nothing. I mean, we didn't know nothing about prepping the track.
Oh
VHT
no,
was the
no.
best you had, But
Yeah,
this is on the high end too, so all bets are off, man. When you get down there, you
Yeah.
get off in the dirt a little bit, some marbles and those slicks and stuff. Don't they're only one ply, only running about 8 pounds of air, and those faster cars anyway. I couldn't even tell. I saw a picture of the car, but I mean it's wedged between a low boy trailer and another dually truck. Couldn't even make heads or tails what kind of car it was. So
Wow.
it was bad, man. So not good for drag racing, but it could have been worse, I guess. If he was on the street,
and that's the worst place on the track that a bystander, be standing anyway at the end of it.
Yeah, you get beyond the limits of the rails and the walls, you're rolling the dice, man.
Yeah. Well,
Especially on the high end, 'cause once
that's
they,
where the that's where
yeah,
the car's got the most top end too. And
yeah,
they're better off they stay back there in the bleachers where they belong. At least the first 200 or 300 feet.
yeah,
There's not quite as much danger. They ain't built up as much speed. But yeah, you're right though. Back then or even now, a lot of them. It's just prep the car at the beginning of it, and what
yeah.
happens at the end is
It
what
just,
happens.
yeah, and I'm a firm believer in the old saying, "Shit happens." It's unfortunate, but because I've seen a guy down here at the track years back. I mean, during the Nationals, the stands were packed, and he was up there right at the launch pad, up in the stands, and harmonic balancer come off a car, hit the pavement, went right into this, hit him right dead in the forehead, and killed him, man.
Yeah,
It's just his time to go, man. Unfortunately, but
yeah.
I know what you mean. You can tempt fate too. So
Oh yeah. What it says in the Bible, you can lengthen your days as well as shorten them. So
yeah, oh yeah, no doubt.
I mean, naturally, God don't intend for you to stand and walk out in front of a school bus or something other and
No,
get run over. But if
no,
you do it,
it's not going to end well for you.
yeah, that's not going. You can't say, well, that's the way it was intended for him to go. No, that's just stupidity on your part.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, I know whenever we go, especially drag races, we would always stay at the at the front, and they never let people gather around the edge of the track because you never knew.
Yeah,
well, now the no prep track and all that. I mean, they're standing right up there on the line while the guy's burning past them. So
Oh yeah,
yeah.
I,
I've seen that.
I noticed some videos I've been watching on YouTube about that. Or
yeah,
the
I
races.
don't see.
And
Yeah, I don't see how they put up with that, man.
that one guy at Urban something other puts all those racing videos on there. I mean, like you said, they got bystanders, just standing around right there at the Christmas tree,
Oh yeah.
and it's a damn wonder that half of them don't get run over.
Yeah, yeah.
I
It's bad.
mean,
I mean, I know
shouldn't
when.
even be allowed even around it.
Well, I know my brothers when we were at the other track before they tore it down and built this new one, but we were always down close to the in the pits when we were racing, and we were usually parked down around the light, the wind lights, And one time I know I was standing there and funny car come blowing through there, and he lost it on the high end, and he hit that guardrail and that wall right in front of me, and I was just like frozen in time, And my brothers had booked and run. They're older than me, but they were making tracks, And then my oldest brother jumped all in my shit for not running, And I'm like, I get your point, man. I was frozen, but I said, on the other hand, I don't think I could outrun that car anyway, But I mean, but pieces were flying, Jack. That fiberglass and stuff. I was just lucky I didn't get hit with nothing, but. Yeah, it can be bad, and I've been up at the starting line and watched old Superman Jim Nicole funny car back in the day before they tied down the blowers, and and popped that blower off right there, and it shot about 50 foot straight up in the air, man, and come right back down on top of his car. But man, you talk about, I mean, it was like a bomb going off, man. You know, when that thing launched off that car.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I mean, it's
And I know you got a lot of these photographers now. They'll be standing right there, right straight across from the tree. You know, when they do their burnout and come through there.
yeah, they're carrying them
Yeah,
cameras. Yeah.
they might have a 2-foot lens on the front of it, but that car comes at you, it's going to look a hell of a lot closer than 2 foot when it hits you.
Well, you know, pieces come flying off of cars, man, when they break, you know, and
Oh yeah,
you know, you break something sheer off the lugs and the wheel hits you. One of them big old 35-inch tall slicks hit you. You'll know it, even though it's only got 8 pounds of air and it's got a lot of wheel. It will put a hurt on you, man. You know,
oh yeah.
it's well a
That's
lot
just
of
like
they're crazy and they're getting too close.
that's just like when I run my race car. I mean, I had to have a drive loop and everything in it, you know, to keep
Yeah.
that drive shaft from flying out and under it and going across the track and hitting somebody, or you
Yeah.
take a universal joint, fly out from underneath it and bounce off the track and kill somebody, just hitting them in the head, like you said, with that harmonic bouncer. It's
Well,
just too
even
much danger right there.
yeah, I mean, you can do as much as you can safety wise, and shit's still gonna happen because I mean, I've seen guys with double loop drive shafts and they'll rip their pinion gear right out of the third member, and the third member goes spinning off across the track. You know what I mean? And I mean, it's just crazy the way stuff can happen.
Yeah.
And it happens so quick, man. There's no. A lot of times, all you're doing when your car gets crossed up and you got a real fast car, you're just hanging on for the ride at one point, man.
Yeah.
That's all you can do. White knuckle ride that steering wheel because you ain't gonna steer out of it once it gets crossed up. My nephew had a '89 Thunderbird. He run high eights with it, straight horsepower, no bottle, no turbos, nothing nitrous or anything. And he dropped the valve, or he dropped the piston through that 12-quart oil pan on the high end, and that oil in them one-ply slicks don't match, man. At that high 170 miles an hour, and he went just spinning off to the side of the track, off into the weeds, and I just knew when he left that was it, because usually when you leave the track like that, you're going for a roll, man. But God was his co-pilot that day. That thing stayed on the wheels. The only thing that happened to it is a little Thunderbird emblem blew off of the front grill piece. That was it. But he got out. He was 23 years old, and I jumped the fence, ran across the track in my younger days. I was in better shape, but I got to him before the EMS ambulance did, and he'd already walked about 50 feet away from the car, and he was just bent over at the waist with his hands on his knees and then dropping his helmet off. And I got to him, and he just fell to his knees, and I asked him if he's okay, and he said, yeah. It just, at that point, that adrenaline lets go, and you just collapse, man, And I mean, he was 23 years old. He played every sport in school in good shape, but that kind of stuff and that adrenaline flows, it'll take it out of you, man. Yeah, didn't roll the car, didn't flip it, nothing, man. It was, I mean, it happened so quick, he didn't even deploy the chute on it, But those drag racing stories, bench racing, man, So
Hey, Mopar. I'm in his seat.
Hey, Mopar.
I know over here, if you go to the drag strip, you can't. If you're not a driver or a mechanic or anything, you're not allowed in the pits.
Oh yeah. Well, is that right? Yeah.
That's what they do
Well,
here now. They don't. They don't
there were
let
so
you in
many
the
acts
pits.
that and people getting hurt. So.
Oh yeah. Well, a common person don't know. You know what I mean? Where they should be. These guys that stand right behind the cars are just as stupid, man.
Yeah.
You blow stuff out of the rear end of that car, man. You're gonna eat it. I mean, it's just, you're right though. The innocent bystander has no clue what hasn't seen anything happen bad or experienced it, and they don't know. I mean, when I went out there with my sons when they were younger, and they're getting ready to fire up a top fuel car on stands, in the pits to, you know what I mean, go through it and everything. And he's got the mask on, and I grabbed my son. I said, stand over here, get away from them headers, man. As soon as they fire it off and they shoot that alcohol, that shit comes flying out of them headers, man. That's the first thing.
Yeah, and you talking about them standing behind the car too. They doing that burnout stuff. They don't realize how damn easy it is for that rubber to fly off that tar and put their eye out.
Oh yeah, well, sure. Or any piece of loose rock or gravel or anything, huh?
Yeah.
I mean, I used to bust tires and going to college and working in a garage at the same time. And I was mounting a tire one time, just a standard tire for, car wheel on tire machine. And the bad tire, and you know how when you're mounting a tire and you hit the bottom pedal to make it seal. And then it's airing up. Well, that thing just popped about that time. And that damn, that tire, I mean, it came around me like a damn boa constrictor, and just I mean, I had bruises on each side of my ass after that, boy. That shit hurt, man.
I bet.
That I got respect for that then, and then I worked later on as a diesel mechanic, and we'd have to bust tires sometimes on the big tractor trailers, and we had a cage for him to air them up in. That one guy, he'd be down there kneeling on his knees, airing them up, man. And split rings and everything. I told him, dude, that's what that cage is for, man. That thing, that ring comes off, it'll kill you, man.
Yeah.
That's how my stepmom's dad died.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Hey Mo,
Shot him like
I seen what you put in the chat room.
No matter for steel. I mean, no match for steel.
I saw.
Good thing you ain't got your ass in there.
I saw
see what Mopar.
Yeah, Mopar was probably still sleeping, man.
Said we was the oldest looking panel he'd ever seen.
He's talking smack yesterday about. I saw him popping off about Ford yesterday, man. So.
Yeah, he put a comment earlier. I don't know if you've seen it, he put a comment earlier about Ford.
Oh, did he really? No, he's like a figment of my imagination, man. It's like a bad cold. He just won't go away.
I always said he talks more shit than a parakeet.
Right.
You know what he reminds me of? Those pelicans. That's got all the fish in their freaking mouth.
He reminds me of the old cartoons. My mama done told me.
Oh yeah. Or those little things you got from the cereal box. You had to wind them up. Or whatever. And they
He's like what do you say? What's that one? It was called. Oh God dang it! What was that one cartoon with that buzzard, the old buzzard, and he says, "I wanna kill a rabbit." That's what it reminds me.
Hey, White, before you paint it again, I would use rubbing alcohol to remove all the oils and the dust off your model before you paint it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I was planning on wiping it down just in case.
That's what I use before I paint anybody, is use rubbing alcohol, because if you don't and you want to put bare metal foil on it later, it won't stick.
Is that regular rubbing oil, John?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be a percentage.
This stuff here, what do you call it? I can't pronounce.
I use these guys.
Hey Zeno, he's really after your ass today, ain't he?
Oh, is he still yapping over there?
Yeah.
Oh,
you know when Mopar's lying because his lips are flapping, man. Oh, okay. Oh, I'm closer to the vulture. Though, if you remember, that vulture ain't got no hair. I got my hair still.
The only time you need a high-end rubbing alcohol is when you're mixing your paint.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but to clean the body, like I use any rubbing alcohol because what that does is it removes all the oil and fingerprints.
Oh, okay.
Go
Yeah.
to Amazon and pick up a box of those freaking
Wipes.
hand wipes. Yeah,
Yeah.
all wipes.
These guys work good. It's
Oh,
probably
the wipe.
backwards.
Oh, the wipes. Oh yeah.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Then
They'll
you got-
work.
The wipes
you
are
got all-
lens cleaners.
You got alcohol and it's a cloth.
I'm on the fence as to whether or not to use bare metal foil on this one. I might, just because I haven't used it before, and this kit has kind of taken the way of just being
Dodo
a
bird?
more of a practice model. Because this is the first car I've done in 25 years. So,
Oh wow.
but the bare metal foil. I don't know. A lot of people. So some people say to gloss over it, and other people say put it on after the gloss.
Smoother
Oh,
the finish, the better.
Okay.
I don't know. I always put the gloss after.
Do you?
Yeah.
And it doesn't
Yeah,
affect the bare metal foil at all or anything?
No, look. This is 2K clear over the chrome.
Okay.
That's just to seal it, but I find that it sticks a lot better the smoother the surface.
Yeah.
Like everybody, has their own way. White. Like we can advise you, and then you got to pick what is ever
That
easier and best for you.
work. Yeah, that
what
works for me.
you.
Yeah.
But I find that with anything, like even like vinyl stickers or car, the car wrap stuff, anything like that, the smoother the surface, the better it's going to stick.
Uh-huh.
I got tires almost ready, Zeno.
Oh yeah, cool.
Even the water slide decals, right? They say the smoother the surface, the better
This
it's
is
going
one
to be.
that Doug Hensley sent me, man.
Oh yeah, cool.
It's that Pontiac Banshee, that
Oh,
Dream Machine.
that's gorgeous.
I just
I didn't know they made a kit from that because it was never actually produced, right?
Oh, they
Not the
built a
car,
kit. I think they had a kit of it.
Yeah,
Okay.
I built one. I built that car.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
And then
pretty.
That's the prototype car, and then there's
Yeah.
also there's a Pontiac, little purple one, little Pontiac something, and that was a prototype car. I think there was a Camaro one. They're all cars that
Wow.
never came out, but they were a prototype. GM.
Yeah, I've always been a Pontiac guy. My first car was a 1975 Pontiac Firebird Formula, and I just can't bring myself to build Camaros.
Pontiac and Camaro were the same chassis.
they were the same car, but the Pontiac was prettier.
That's a nice kit, Charlie. That 112 scale 67 Corvette. That's too big of a scale for me, but it's a nice kit. I like the big scales, but I'm always scared when I'm finished it. Where am I gonna put it?
Yeah.
Hey John, I got that deal worked out on that airbrush now. So yeah, I got a 1, a 3, and a 5. So I got.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. So I shot that car, that orange with the that apple orange. And not it's Apple brand, but orange.
Yeah.
And it come out pretty good, man. So that was easy.
What-
Yeah, that Pache or however you say that. That's
I
easy.
just found out that I had 2 more videos on airbrushing on my channel.
Okay.
Oh wow!
I didn't realize that.
Thank you, John.
Paint were you using,
Appreciate
Z?
it.
What's
What's that,
that?
bro?
What paint were you using?
That it's an acrylic. It's what's it called? Polk, not polk art. Is it polk?
Apple barrel.
Apple.
Oh, the
that's right.
apple. Yeah. Okay.
That's what I got.
Yeah.
Did you just thinned it with alcohol, or would you thin it with water?
Windshield wiper fluid.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So not Windex, but the actual just windshield wiper fluid, right?
Yeah, you can get a gallon of that at any auto parts cheap enough, and it'll last a long
Yeah.
time. So.
Oh, I have
Yeah,
plenty of that.
Got my
I'll put the
little,
links in the chat for you, Zeno. There's 2 more
Okay.
videos. I believe.
There you go, white glove. See, I just got my own little dispenser and just add it as I need it, and then
There
just
you
runs
go.
out, and I get the big barrel out. So, I mean, the big gallon out and add to it.
Well, I'm
Hey,
glad
thank-
it worked for you, Zeno.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I like it, man. So,
Did-
uh,
So that video helped you?
yeah, I did. Yeah, I watched it that night
Okay.
after I was on
Okay.
last time, and I've been playing with it since. And it's, yeah, I shot the frame with black even just to get some more experience, you know. So
Nice.
it's coming
Do you
out.
have hey Zeno, do you have very much tip dry using that apple barrel paint?
I'm sorry, what was that?
I said, did you have much tip dry using that apple barrel paint?
No, I didn't have much. I didn't have any issues with it.
Really?
I ran some. At first, before I ever even used, I just run straight water through it just to clear
Mhm.
it, you know. And before I put any paint or anything, and then I just mixed it and got that. You know, tried to eyeball it with the old antic of dripping like milk, you know,
Yep.
and off the stick, little stir stick, and put it in there and shot it, man. I mean, I experimented a little bit on some paper towels on cardboard, and played with the spray width, you know, widening it. But I used the number 3.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, the reason why I asked is I put a couple of drops of glycerin in
Oh
mine,
yeah,
and it kind of it helps lubricate the needle and stuff. Plus, it keeps the air
right.
from it building up, which that's good about a dual airbrush too. You keep that air on all the time. The
Mhm.
Patch A8 you can't hardly do that, but
Yeah.
with the
Well,
dual
this
action you can.
Yeah, because this one's a single action, you know. So
Yeah. I've got 8s, and I mean they're a real airbrush to have.
yeah. I know John is a big promoter of that too, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, any of that. I mean, any of you guys help, man. I value that, you know. So I'm always
Yeah.
about learning, even
So
though.
I'm glad those that video helped anyway.
Yeah, it did. Yeah, it did.
Well,
I was looking at a little bit of it. I didn't finish it, but your wheel tub one too, man.
Hey Mopar, you kiss my ass, dear.
Yeah. Get them.
Besides, how in the hell would you know if it's dry or not?
He can't get
Yeah,
it wet. He don't know how to get it wet.
it's crazy because I've watched like hundreds of videos on airbrushing, and then like I go and when I was airbrushing the Land Rover, I got about halfway through everything. Thankfully, I got the body primed and all that, but then the Posh Talon that I have started being a pain in the ass, and so I ended up finally giving up, and I just went back to the rattle can the rest of it. So I'm gonna try today to use the airbrush, and I'm not gonna put any more paint on this until I know for sure that the airbrush is running happy, you know.
Yeah, it's a trial and error deal too, man. Kind of what
Yeah.
you're comfortable with, and you know, you the more you do it, you get, you know. And once you finally get it, it's like riding a bike. You never forget how, you know.
Yeah, that's good.
But you got to get there,
Well,
and once you get there.
Well, that's like a lot of things, like things that works for me, it doesn't work for everybody. It works for some people, but not for everybody.
Right.
Yeah.
That's just difference in people, man. You know, so nothing wrong with that.
And
You know,
all depends on your situation where you live, and humidity,
Yeah.
all sorts of stuff.
No,
That's true.
That's what's good about watching all these videos on YouTube and everything too. Is everybody has a different technique, a way to do things, and you watch one person and they do it this way, and you watch another one do it another way, and they can combine both of them together, and they may work just fine for
Yeah.
you.
That's
Yeah.
right.
But like you said, John, here in Kentucky where I'm at, damn humidity stays 100% biggest part of the time. So
Yeah.
that hurts. But now it's fall. It starts coming down. That's the reason my breathing is a lot better than what it is, because right now it's only about 52 or 50-some% humidity.
Yeah, it's
But
about here too, like that.
but
Mopar
I,
dropped
I
into the shop, man.
I can breathe pretty good as long as it stays down like that. But when it gets up there 95 and 100%, yeah, I can feel it. And so can anybody
Yeah.
else that has arthritis or anything else,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
for asthma especially.
Oh yeah. No doubt, man. Yeah, I'd be working sometimes. All of a sudden, I get that finger lock, man.
Yeah,
Yeah, I got to
yeah.
put it
I
down.
I, I started to mention that a while ago, Mopar. If any of y'all ever watched Don Yost, he is a firm believer on Apache AH airbrush.
Oh
But
yeah.
but he don't spray nothing but straight enamel though.
Yeah. Yeah.
But now he's good at it. I give him credit for that.
I think that enamel back when I was a kid was pretty much all that there was.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. You're talking about like Terry was talking yesterday. I made a comment during your interview, and I remember the days of the 10-cent enamel bottle tester paint.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I've got some sitting on the shelf right here.
A lot
Got
of
10
brush
cents stacked
stroking.
right on top of it.
A
Yeah.
lot of brush stroking, and use the same brush and clean it out with the old thinner bottle, and
Yeah.
paint it another color, So, like you said, it's all you had,
Yeah.
And here, once
But
a month,
but
they had a deal for, I think
but
it was
actually,
kids 16 and younger. You can bring your own model to the department store here, was called Wilco back then. And you could go there on Saturday morning, that little model car competition, So, because I remember the first one I ever took was the old Tarantula, man, model. That's another one of those, how you were talking about days gone by, models crashed and burned and all that.
yeah.
One I wish I still had, the old Tarantula, man.
Yeah, that's why I said, yesterday, back when we was building models in the 60s and 70s, every kit that we went to buy was the original. There wasn't no
Yeah, no
repop
repop
back
thing.
then. I
No
mean,
such thing.
when you bought the original, you didn't buy no damn
Yeah,
do-over.
yeah, you getting the first run, man.
Yeah, we only knew, that they would be worth what they are today.
Yeah.
That sure took a lot better care than what I did of them.
Oh yeah. Wouldn't we all have, man? That's for sure.
Oh yeah,
And then we find ourselves trying to find it again, and then everybody wants
yeah,
2 arms and 1 of your legs and half of your eye, and everything else. It's
yeah. Yeah,
out of control.
That's like that moving on tractor that I was talking about yesterday. It took me over a year to find one on eBay that I'd actually pay the price for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wasn't going to pay no $150 for one, and I finally, after a year, ended up getting one for $20.
Nice.
Oh wow.
But it is the original. It's still got the hex sticker on it for $5 and something other. It was the price of it.
Oh man.
But
Yeah.
I had the original back in the 70s when it first came out.
Yeah.
Really.
Nice. Yeah.
It's
I
not
remember
that good a kit. It's hard to put together. I mean, it don't go together but shit.
Yeah.
But it's still it's the fact it was off the TV show and
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
My
I
part.
picked up.
Yeah.
I
same way.
picked up one of. No, go ahead.
I was just going to say the same way as BJ Navarre. That kit's not the best in the world either. But
Yeah.
yet, people make it into a nice looking model when it's done.
Yeah.
Yeah. I picked up an Auburn Speedster, the old. It was the second box that Puro put out, and so I think the kit came out in 1967, and I bought it on eBay. It was wrapped in plastic, so I assumed it had never been opened. But when I did my unboxing of it the other day, it looks like somebody had robbed one of the rear leaf springs out of it, and because it was perfectly cut, like right down so just the leaf spring was missing. So I was gonna see if Miguel could maybe if I sent the rear diff that and because the rear diff and the leaf springs are all together on the axle, and see if maybe if I shipped it to him, if he could kind of print out a whole new rear diff and axle with it. Because it's just
probably.
weird. I couldn't believe that just that one part's missing.
I'll post the links of how I do the folk art thing in the chat if you want to check it out.
Yeah.
You have a good day too, Big Charlie.
Okay, Charlie, have a good day too. And the best part is, if you screw up folk art,
You all notice?
watch
Did
it
you
on
all?
Twitter. What's
You
that?
notice how? Do you notice how quiet it was right here just for a minute during in the chat or in the live stream?
Yeah.
Since the fact that Mopar's not in here.
Yeah. Yeah, you got a moment of silence every now and then.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's him. You hear him. You sound like a dang auctioneer going all the time.
Yeah, Sarah
Like a
Jane says
regular
she can
rabbit.
hear him all the way over in England.
I'll never ever go to auction again in my entire life, because I end up paying a lot more than I wanted to.
Oh yeah, because by the time you raise your hand, hell, they've done raised it $40.
Yeah.
I think Mopar missed his call and being one of them.
Yeah. He's still trying. Yeah.
That may be what he's doing. He's practicing on us.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that or all these comedians out of work. He's trying to get hired. So.
Yeah, he'll be done no comic with the bag over his head.
Yeah. Hey, John, a guy sent me a deal the other day. He found a guy that did a resin kit body of a 48 Anglia, man.
Oh yeah.
It comes with two different hoods. It's got one with a pro type, not really a snorkel scoop, but a pro type, scoop, and the other one just plain flip nose. You know what I mean? The hood, it comes with two hoods, but
cool.
but there's no you have to do your own headlight work and stuff. You know what I mean? And grill.
Right.
So I sent some stuff the other day to Miguel for the grill. The headlights ain't a big deal. You can get those because they just they're not recessed into the fender.
Right.
You can get something off an old 34 Ford Coupe or something like that, to make that work. But the grill piece, you know what I mean? You have to cut out but you get an insert, see if he can make an insert grill for it.
Yeah.
So I sent him some pictures of it. 48 Anglia, like a real car, to have something to look at.
Right.
But yeah, it was like it's $29.95 plus $4.95 shipping and handling. So
that's not bad at all.
yeah, it looked good too, man. I mean, it's got the back piece too. The back hatch for it and everything. Yeah, it looked like clean body. It was an individual guy. You know what I mean? It wasn't like Jimmy Flintstone or resin competition resins or nobody like that.
Unreliable resin.
Yeah.
Mopar 2 weeks ago, I would agree with you on what you just typed. I thought I was waiting on one.
Oh shit! Now he's going after JP now, man.
Time out.
Actually, Jimmy Hager's favorite color is red, but.
Well, that's the thing, whatever you're comfortable in, that's what you wear.
Yeah, that's right.
Like for the longest time, I hate sweaters, but every year my ex parents would buy me frickin' sweaters, and sure enough, they just stay in the closet. I hate frickin' sweaters.
Yeah, sweaters, man. Jeez.
You'd think, John, that it'd be so damn cold to turn candy, you'd be wearing a lot of sweaters and hoodies.
Yeah. What's your weather like up there today, John? JP?
What's that?
What's your weather like up there today?
Not bad. It's
Oh,
cold. It's cold.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, that's. I'm
It's
just
like
saying, like,
30, 35, somewhere around there right now.
oh wow,
It's
Yeah.
only 55 here where I'm at. That's the reason I got a flannel shirt on.
dang, yeah, it's nice here. It's heavy overcast, no rain in the forecast, but got a little breeze blowing. It's about 78, 79. So low humidity right now. I got my deal out in the garage here, man. It's showing.
Where you at, Zeno? Out in Texas?
Yeah, San Antonio.
Yeah. Yeah, you down there, damn palm trees and everything else. No wonder it's so hot.
Yeah, yeah, not too far off the coast, down about 150 miles from the coast. You know, Corpus Christi and all that stuff down there.
I had an uncle live in Corpus Christi.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they got my nephew races down there in Corpus too. Races here. He's got a dirt car, like a modified dirt car, and I got a late model asphalt car, stock car too. He runs in Houston. They don't have an asphalt track here. You got a dirt track here. He runs on that one. You got a big old 40-foot trailer, you know, it's all decked out with air conditioning, LED lighting, and stereo, 80-inch TVs, and all that good stuff, you know. Go to the races and camp out, you know. By the time he's through pulling in, it's about 70 foot long, seems like shit. With that big RV he pulls it with, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's got his own paint and body company down here.
Yeah, nowadays you have to have $300,000 or $400,000 just to have the vehicles to pull a damn race car.
Yeah, oh yeah, and then the
Back-
fuel to put in them and shit.
Yeah, back when I was racing, you just make you a homemade trailer out of a mobile home axle or something other and load it on that and haul it around.
Yeah, yeah. We'd spend the night. I know we'd 4-day national event down here, and we'd spend it out at the track, sleeping in lawn chairs and stuff. My brother had a 65 Ford pickup, short bed that he pulled that coupe around with, and
Yeah.
every other night we'd switch, and somebody else would go back into town to sleep in the bed one night and take a shower, you know, and then come back next night. The other two would go, and ain't nothing better than 3 o'clock in the morning here a Top Fuel funny car fire up, man.
Oh yeah,
That'll wake you up, man, if you're asleep.
Yeah. Knows what Mopar Nut every time he attacks somebody and he don't respond, he attacks somebody else.
Goes after somebody else.
yeah. I just noticed that where you didn't respond back to him a while ago, then he started back on Zeno again.
Yeah.
Tough and old. Okay, yeah. Oh, he talked about that one arm wrestling. He's trying to wrestle everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, he always thinks he's some king at the arm wrestle or something, man.
He's been watching too many movies with Sylvester
Yeah,
Stallone when he
Stallone
was
over-
doing arm wrestling.
Yeah, over the top, wasn't that the arm wrestling?
Yeah,
show? Quick driver and all that. Over the top. Yeah, I want to see him run the stairs there in Philadelphia too, you know, and dance when he gets up to the top by the statue they built.
Yeah.
50 in
So Terry,
Pennsylvania.
when you get back to building, what are you gonna start building?
You talking to me?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna finish this tractor that I got here that I've been working or started on for that group build. I'm
Oh, okay.
gonna finish it one way or the other. If
Yeah.
it's next year entry that I end up finishing it in, I told Jeff I didn't know me or him, you know, which one of us finished first, me or him. He still ain't got his done either, and he's the one that sponsored the thing. I told him, I said, well, one thing about it, you know, I don't have to worry about the deadline because if I come close to you, you know, neither one of us is done. So, but I'm determined to get that tractor done.
Oh, okay.
And like I said in the interviews, the only thing I really like is just getting it spray painted and, you know, finish putting it together. I mean, I've got all the frame and the motor and all that stuff done.
Right.
I just need to spray it. But, you know, I'm going to put a customized paint job on it, and that's what, you know, it's going to take so long.
Right.
That is, if it turns out. If it don't, then I may it take me longer to finish it. These do customized painting on the full cars and stuff, but the model cars are a little bit smaller scale. It's a little bit harder to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, I may have to do that, McGill. I'll send it to you and let you finish it.
It'd be nice to see you do like a mural on one of your model cars.
Well, yeah, I thought about that, but you know, I just don't. Well, I could probably do it. Well, I don't know if that airbrush that I got would get that small or not. I doubt it, but no. Yeah, it'd be nice if I could put one on there. But that's awful small airbrush. You know, if they had that AB or what it was, you know, by Apache airbrush they had back then, which they quit done away with it. Now that, you know, you might be able to do it, you know, where you can do the real fine detail.
Yeah.
So, you know, I always wanted one of those airbrushes. And just never did buy it for one thing.
Hey,
Cost
Miguel,
much.
how's it going?
But I know that, you know, they make several other airbrushes that will do the same thing, but I've got
Yeah,
enough. I don't need
some of those detail airbrushes can be pretty expensive.
Yeah. Now, I started to buy one of them harder and Stingback airbrushes, but you know, $340. That's a lot of money, you know, just to paint a damn model car with.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, Miguel.
My real paint gun on it, I don't get $480 for it. You know, that I painted the real cars with.
Right.
One arm push up. Oh, come on, man. All right. In your dreams. See, I told you he's still sleeping because he's still dreaming. One arm push up. Not on his best day.
Hey, Elena. It always gets cool around here around Halloween. Halloween is just in a couple
No,
of weeks.
Mopar, you sure don't need no big expensive airbrush. You just make the noise and just use a pencil. All you need is sound effects.
$100 you do it. $100 you do it live on TV and watch your arm fold, and then you're gonna pay me. The arm will fold up under you, man. You know, bust your glasses, and then you know you're like Humpty Dumpty. We have to put you back together again.
Yeah, you probably missed being in here, Zeno, when Mopar's are doing his sound effects for his airbrush.
Yeah.
Ask John or McGill one; they'll tell you what he sounds like.
So he's going.
Oh, you weren't hear him try to do a damn rattle can.
Oh, there. What's he do? Start up his Mopar car?
No, he just shakes his head. It rattles enough.
Oh, okay. I say, I don't know if he's got anything in his head that will rattle, man. Yeah, Mopar must be lonely at the top. You're just a living legend, man. Just because you paint a 6-pack on you don't mean you got a 6-pack, man.
Yeah, and like Miguel said, Mopar paints them die cast too. It's already painted.
Yeah. Yeah, look at this one I built and it's a die cast, you know.
Either that or it's the back of a spoon.
All right.
See, Mopar, I can get back at you the same as you do me.
That's right. It ain't bragging if you can do it. You just can't do it. You just talk about it.
Yeah.
Mopar. Yeah. Right.
Well, I'm glad you done it off screen where we didn't. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah, boy, talk about comedy capers relive, man. You a regular Keystone cop, huh? You know, the regular Elmer Good.
Mopar mute his mic in the screen and he looked like Charlie Chaplin.
Oh, yeah, right. Yeah, 3-legged push-up, yeah.
I just did a 3-legged push-up.
Yeah.
Number 16 on the way.
Yeah. If he's doing a 3-legged push-up, he better get that one back. It don't belong to him. That's for sure, man. Call him Stubby.
You keep going, Miguel, you're going to start buying you a school bus instead of a regular vehicle. So everybody can go on this trip at the same time.
Oh, cool, Steve. The new Bronco with the cab and dune buggy arrived today.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
And Mopar. Well,
I'm waiting for that 6.5 gasser to come out. That Nova.
Miguel, we'll make $100 with Mopar. Show him the tripod. Only thing is, he'll be wanting to wear your ring, man. He'll be a home wrecker then.
Hey, Miguel.
Come on with it, Mopar.
Hey, Steve.
Yeah, I heard that that buggy with that truck is not a very good kit. I'm looking
How
forward
the
to
heck
that
are you supposed to
65
get
Nova
these?
that Nova gasser. That's what I'm looking forward to.
How are you supposed to get these rubber rings off without damaging your
That's a
threads?
good one, Miguel. Yeah.
Which airbrush is that?
This is the Posh or Poche, whatever you want to call it, Talon.
The best thing to do is put like some kind of oil on it.
On the rubber part.
Yeah,
Why isn't it
on the
not
rubber,
focusing?
so it slides right off.
Yeah. Or you can use that beeswax to put on it. It makes it a lot easier too.
Beeswax will do that too.
So you know that little thing inside that you have to use a little baby flathead screwdriver to pull out?
Yeah.
So is it possible to over tighten that?
Oh yeah.
Are
Yeah,
you talking
because
about
there's a spring in there, right?
I never saw a spring when I took it out.
Oh no.
Now that O-ring right there where your button is, you really don't need to take it out anyway.
No.
Okay.
I just leave it.
Because that Talon and that Vision, like I've got, is the same. It's got the same airbrush, it's just different colors. I mean, they're identical. Those has got Teflon seals in them, so those really don't need to be took out and done anything with them.
It's you like really can't see it, but there's a inside right about here. There is a little thing that you can take out with a screwdriver, with a flathead screwdriver, and I was told that there's a O-ring on that. I can't find the O-ring.
Well, it's in behind there. You can't see it until you take a little bit of screwdriver and back that out of there.
Okay.
But that's that's why I said you don't really need to take that out and or do anything to that seal or that O-ring.
Uh-huh.
I
As
got
far as
one
cleaning
airbrush. I got one
it.
airbrush here. It's a double action white, and I never took it apart as far as you do.
Yeah, I was going to say you don't usually want to have far apart to clean it, but
Okay, that
even if you hold your finger over the end of it and blow the paint, bubble the paint back up in the cup, what little
mhm.
bit of that paint goes back again, that O-ring, it's not going to hurt nothing. It's a little bit harder for to clean it, but that's the purpose of it, is to keep
Oh,
it from
thanks, Rick.
going any further back in towards that push, the button on it for the air.
Okay. Because the last time I cleaned it, I ended up taking that all the way out, that little bushing, and I might have screwed up my airbrush.
Now
Uh,
I've took it out on my BL airbrush before because I bought a complete rebuild kit, and that seal comes with it. So I took it out, and replaced that seal because I've had that airbrush since '76, and it needed to be replaced because it's not Teflon, coated, or it's Teflon
Yeah.
seal, and all the lacquer and and everything that I've run through it and stuff, paint and stuff. It eventually it just started, messing up on me, and so I just bought a whole complete kit from Pache and rebuilt it. Now it's like brand new.
white, get some of these.
That's what I like about the Pache. It don't cost me
Okay.
very little to replace the parts for that Pache airbrush.
These will get right in front where the cup is, and
Uh-huh.
and you'll get all your paint out with this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But I never take it apart as much as you do. I got one airbrush here, is probably about 3 years old, and all I do is take the needle out and the tip and the crown, and that's it. And then I just clean it that way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't. I never take it as far apart as you, unless you're, got metallics in there, and then that's a different story. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
From the
Probably
button, from the button,
Mopar.
metallics are the worst in a double action airbrush to get out.
yeah, from the button back, you really don't never have to worry about cleaning that because paint will never get in that part of it anyway.
No,
Okay.
Unless that O-ring does go bad, then when another thing that will pull it back through there is if you pull that needle out from the back instead of pushing it through the front and pulling it out.
Hmm.
You don't
yeah,
never want to pull that needle out backwards because then you're pulling every bit of the paints on that needle right back over top of that O-ring and pulling it back into
yeah.
the airbrush itself.
Okay.
But
So
not,
Mopar,
not every
the
not every airbrush you can do that though. I've got one
Well,
that
yeah,
took a
well,
bullet.
that's what I was going to say. Some the Badger or some of them airbrushes, that needle has to come out backwards because the little
yeah.
round thing on the back of it, keep running through it. But
So Mopar, the cup is clean, but here's the funny thing. This is it's got some kind of a coating on it, and when I was scrubbing it, some of that silver or nickel coated, whatever this is, the silver coating,
Yeah.
looks like it's scrubbed off, and now you can see the brass underneath, where the because I ended up having to clean it out once with a wire brush, and I think that might have screwed it up too. I don't know, but thankfully this isn't the most expensive airbrush in the world, but this might just be a lesson learned, and now I can get a different airbrush and work with that, and not to be so rough on it,
Like
well, that cup,
if I'm not using my Pass H, uh, white, I got the Neo trigger one.
Okay.
but the scratches you got inside that cup, I mean, that's not going to hurt the airbrush. The only
And
thing
the
is,
thing,
it's just going to make the paint stick to that you're running in it stick to the sides of it and not be able to make it clean it out as smooth as it would be if it still had that finish to it.
and the
It's
thing
not
is,
Okay.
it's,
white, the cups on this Neo, they come off. They screw off.
Oh yeah, I saw that on, and it's not just the Neo; it's a few of the other brands. They come off.
I love this airbrush, and I've got it 3 years. I've got a Grex too. I haven't used it yet. It's still in the bag, still the receipt. What do you guys still in the
Uh-huh.
box. 4
Yeah, I
years.
was.
4
What
years.
airbrush is that, John?
Be a better idea.
What is that, John? Oh, yes, the one with the trigger on it. Yeah, them look. I thought about buying one of them with the trigger because it looked like it'd be a lot easier than it would be the button on top.
I find it a lot easier, Terry, because my finger has a tendency to get sore after a while.
Yeah,
Like holding the trigger back and pushing it and all that.
yeah. Well, it's like spraying with a spray can. Holding it button down on a spray can.
Yeah,
It'll
same
give
thing.
you,
Yeah,
especially if you got arthritis, your finger will start to draw after so long. But pulling that trigger like for painting regular cars and stuff, it's not quite as bad. But
and this one here, Terry's got a stop on the end, so you can turn it in, and
yeah,
then you just have the needle go so far.
yeah.
See this one, Terry?
Well, that's like on that dual
Terry, hey, you
the
see
one
this?
that yeah.
That's
like
a
one-
attachment for a spray can. This part here goes around the
Oh
neck,
yeah,
and then here's your trigger. It pushes the button down.
yeah. I've
Right
used
there.
them before.
Yeah.
Yeah, them right there's pretty good. Where you just slide it down over top of the can and then you got the trigger to use. It actually pushes the button down on top of it.
Yeah, saves from your finger getting all numb and
Yeah,
cramped finger,
Yeah, John, I think White
sprayed
has
a lot.
a towel on. Yeah, I think it's
yeah.
a towel.
Mopar's got a towel that he uses, which
Yeah,
like I said,
I think he showed it the other day.
but this Vision that I've got is the exact same airbrush. It's just painted black and got the little, I guess the ball deal or whatever it is, that decal or thing on the side of it.
So
And it's black when you got gold.
The other question I have for you, John, too, is so when I'm putting my needle in, do I want to have it come to a complete stop, or do you want to
just
have it
do a
backed out a
complete
bit?
stop. Don't force it.
Yeah,
Just to where it stops.
Yeah,
yeah.
and then
Make sure
just screw that knob on the end.
Yeah, make sure your
Okay.
nozzle's on there and tighten down and just push it in until it comes up against it flush and don't not hard. Just push right up against it, and once it stops, that's far as you need to go.
Okay.
Because you can run that nozzle right real quick when you push that needle through it too far.
Oh,
I've
yeah.
done that. Been there, done that, and bought the T-shirt and all.
Yeah.
I've had to replace several needles just because
Don't
of the
drop
fact
the
I
needle
pushed
on
it
your
through
foot
that far.
either.
Yeah.
I actually dropped my whole gun the other day, and when I went to clean it, I noticed the needle was bent. So I fixed this needle. This is the 06 or the 0.6 mil. And so I think I fixed it, but it's weird because it sticks out farther than it used to. So I don't know.
Well, if you look, you might have split the nozzle on it. That's usually what happens because the needle go out too far. That's what happened to me. I pushed it in too far and it split the end of the nozzle.
Okay. So just that the little nozzle tip that's in here. Well, what I'm wondering too is when I took out that one piece inside, that little tiny piece, and when I went to put it in, I think I threaded it in too far.
Well, no, that is very easy to do too.
I don't know. I'm going to try it here in a little bit and see how everything goes.
But if you got some of that beeswax or even like chapstick or something, or not chapstick, but Carmax,
That's not a beeswax, I think.
put a little of that on the end of it there before you thread that back in there, and it'll make it seal a lot better. And you can just pretty well tighten it by finger tight, and it still won't leak.
Put the wax on the needle.
No, put it there on the
Threads
right there.
Okay.
Just put it around
on the part that's inside.
No, on the part you just now put on there with your on the front there. Yeah, on the front
cap and the nozzle.
Okay.
Yeah.
I actually think I do have beeswax, so I'm gonna try to find that real quick.
Yeah, because that way it prevents the air leaks.
Yeah, if you notice air bubbling back into your bowl, then you know that's usually what's wrong with it. It's not sealed enough there on the front.
Yeah.
Okay. I got to empty out my junk drawer.
Yeah. We all have them.
Only one junk drawer? Shit, I got about 5. I got 4 sitting right here. There. Now everything is sit properly.
How's the 1/16 scale kit coming along, Mark?
1/16th? Good. I just
Yeah.
built a stand for it.
Oh, cool.
Because every time I put it down, it wants to push up on the fuel cell. You know,
Oh,
put it
yeah.
down,
Yeah.
because it sits up, it sits
Look at
lower
that.
than the rest of it. So no, it won't.
Yeah.
Hey Miguel, if you want in here, I'll get off. Let you, Mopar or somebody or Steve come on.
Put the
I ain't
volume
greedy.
on.
I ain't greedy. I can sit back in the chat room and talk smack about Mopar.
Yeah, you could keep them in line, Terry. Just slap them in the back of the head a couple times.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
There we
Real
go.
hard.
I found my 29-cent beeswax that my grandma had in her sewing kit that I inherited.
As long as it works.
It's not even opened.
Oh, okay.
No, I mean I just want thought I'd offer if you did want in here. I know Mopar can come if I sign off. He's just dying to get in here. He's just dying to get in here. I know, I'm
there
sure.
goes the hangout.
There goes the whole damn neighborhood.
Yeah. Kind of reminds me of Kramer and Steinfeld when he hooked up that hot tub and all the lights went out.
Got to try to warm this up.
Yeah, the beeswax can be hard. Well, you can buy the chapstick. That's what I use, and it's made of beeswax.
Yeah, or that car mix
Hello,
stuff.
Ray.
I don't,
How you doing?
that you put like on a cold sore or something. It comes like a little chapstick tube.
Yeah,
That will work
Mhm.
too.
Even a candle, beeswax candle.
Oh yeah.
Hi, Ray.
Just take a candle and rub it on the threads.
Yeah, that'll work too. Take like a birthday candle or something and just rub it in.
Usually tea lights are the best ones because they're usually beeswax, whereas you get those cheap garbage candlestick ones, they're paraffin wax.
That's true, Mopar. Just when I thought I was seeing the light and was getting ready to cross over, I said, I seen you in the background. I said, hell no, it ain't time for me to go yet.
No, the Lord told you that. He said, "No, son, you got work to do yet."
Yeah. You're here for a reason. I ain't ready for you to
That's
leave
right.
just yet.
Hey, we all got a journey. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey Mopar, what do you mean by if the needle sticks out, it's damaged? Like how?
Well, if you push it too far,
Yeah.
then you
Like I said, you probably split the nozzle on it and then let the needle come too far out.
Yeah.
you'll split the tip.
Yeah.
But each
Hey.
airbrush is different because I've got
I
one
do
that
wanna-
sticks out past the cup.
He's Mopar's telling off on himself now.
Hello, Ray. Hello, Ray.
That's
Who
right.
the heck did?
That's right, Miguel. Poor Terry.
Do what?
Poor Terry.
I had a
Miguel
bunch
said-
of. There we go.
Damn it. Ain't that the truth, Miguel?
Talk about a double-edged sword, man.
I didn't know that I'd done that much bad stuff growing up. That deserved all that.
Dirty deeds done dirt cheap, man.
Yeah. Yeah, there you go.
And that's the other thing, John, I've never used is my fan tip.
Fan tip is all right if you're spraying a wider spread, but if you're not spraying a wider spread, you don't need it. I don't have a fan tip on any of my airbrushes. On my Grex, but I haven't used it yet. So
Why
Yeah.
wouldn't you have that? Why wouldn't you have it on there, John? If you're like, say, you're doing a solid color the whole overall car, why wouldn't you want that wide spread on there?
I find you get way more overspray when you do it that way.
Oh,
Now
okay.
that Vision I got, it come with the fan tip spray on it, but you've got to use the number 5 needle, the biggest needle, or it won't work.
That's probably why I don't use spray cans that often, because the overspray.
Oh,
Well,
yeah,
I thought about using that fan tip when I go to paint this tractor, but just for the fact that the body's so big, it'll cover it better.
Oops. Now I'm being destructive.
well, let's buy a ticket and send him on to New Jersey. He can carry the Mopar for us.
John Claus, if you want to get into airbrushing, what do you need? Have you already got airbrush? That's the first thing you got to have.
Yeah, try to buy a set, John. But if you buy a compressor, make sure you get a tank with it. Don't buy it without a tank.
Yeah. Oops.
No, it's just that because you notice that when you use the airbrush for a long period of time, you lose some of the air. And if you got a tank, it fills up the tank, so
That's what I was getting ready to say. You don't want one of them tankless air compressors,
yeah.
because then it'll start getting your streaks or your in between spurts of air from it.
I haven't had that issue yet with mine.
You
I know
know,
that's the one I painted this Pontiac with. I didn't have an issue with it. It's just because if you're doing a big lengthy spray, you need to have that reservoir, leftover tank. But I'll eventually probably get another one with a small tank on it.
yeah, this moving it.
I got a Pache air compressor, and I also got a Badger, a small one. But if I'm just spraying small parts, then I just use the Badger compressor.
Yeah.
But it's only if I change colors, to paint the body like 3 different coats, and it's a continuous airbrushing consignment, then it's good to have a tank.
Yeah.
That's for when you do long time airbrushing, like a couple hours, and it's good to have.
Oh yeah, I see that.
Yeah.
This air compressor that I've got now, I just bought it right before I moved down here, and I got it at Harbor Freight. It's a Fortress. It's a 2-gallon, but it's got the dual air hose, lines on it. You can hook 2 air hoses, at one time. It'll pump from 0 to 135 pound air in 52 seconds. I mean, it's one hell of an air compressor. And my oxygen machine actually makes more noise than it does. I mean, it's real quiet. Not that my oxygen machine is that loud. It's just that this air compressor is that quiet.
Yeah.
But I think it was only like $129. I mean, it's well worth the money.
Yeah.
And then if you get the warranty on it, for a year, if anything at all goes wrong with it, the first year, take it back and they'll give you another one just like it. No questions asked.
Yeah, that's the ticket with Harbor Freight. Always buy the warranty.
Yeah.
and right before you take it back, damage it or something, take it back, and the people there at work will tell you the same thing. Yeah.
I watched the video. These guys was testing out these cordless drills,
Yeah.
and he even told the girl to check out. He said, "We're just going to take them out here and tire them up, see which one, which one lasts longer." She said, "Well, it don't matter." She said, "You tire it up and bring it back. We'll give you nothing anyway." He said, "Yeah, but I just told you that I was going to destroy it, though. That's why I'm buying it." She said, "That don't matter."
Yeah. Yeah, they don't sell parts for replacements or nothing. You can't fix them.
If you watch some of these, dumpster diving videos that these people's got on YouTube, hell, they throw stuff away at Harbor Freight in their dumpsters. All they do is just spray paint on it, to keep somebody from bringing it back in there and claiming it or, getting it replaced. But they just throw stuff away. There's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah.
All kinds of, like weed eaters and chainsaws and stuff like that, hedge trimmers and stuff that people bring back and, turn it in and all kinds of sets of tools. I've seen them pull toolboxes out with, all kinds of sockets and stuff in it, but they just throw it in the dumpster.
Yeah, I gotta go check.
But they'll spray paint on it, just to be able to tell that, that's where it comes from. Well, I got tools that got more grease on it. You couldn't see the paint nowhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, John Claus, I just get yourself a Apache H. They're pretty reasonable. They're like $60, I think, for the whole kit.
And like I said in that interview, they are actually probably the easiest airbrush to learn to use before you just, where they're single action. I mean, it takes some practice if you're using a dual action airbrush to get, the air and pulling it back and without, overflowing it with the paint.
Well, those are a pain in the ass when you pull them apart. That one that's got that little dangling thing to try to line it up and all that. That's
Oh yeah.
Oh, you mean like the plunger?
Yeah, that's a piss poor design, man.
Yeah.
I sit there for 30 minutes one day doing that shit. And I was like, wait.
Yep. You could have enough model painted by the time you get the damn needle back.
Yeah.
Or the
just picked up
air valve. The air valve.
Yeah, just pick up another brush.
Yeah.
Who dropped out, Blue?
No, he's still here, I think.
I only see 5 on my screen.
Yeah, you're right, Blue.
Yeah, Mopar, all the auto body, paint guns pretty well.
Yeah, hurry up, get
dual,
in.
Dual feed or dual action.
Close the door on Mopar.
I had a Binks Model 7 that I used what time I had my body shop. To me, it's our best paint guns ever made.
Later.
Yeah. Eat some for me, Ray. Appreciate it.
See you, Ray. That's another thing good about when like Mopar, having your own body shop. You got your big air compressor. You can run that airbrush off of.
Yeah.
You don't never run out of air that way.
I do my painting at work. We've got a house air that's constant.
Yeah.
And you don't even hear it.
Who left? Oh, Mark.
Well, White Glove, he got quiet too, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just checking chat real quick.
Oh, if you're tearing up something else, man.
Did you get your airbrush put back together?
Yeah, I got it all put back together. I wanted to show Miguel this part and see if I shipped it to him, if he would be able to print something.
Mom, your friend's calling.
So yeah, This is the rear diff, and the other leaf spring was, it literally looks like it was cut off of the sprue, because it was in here. And the weird thing was, so this is it's a Puro kit that was supposedly in the original packaging, because it was shrink wrapped, but the shrink wrap looked weird. And this was in here just like that. But this part, it looks like the leaf spring was cut out of there. It's a perfect cut.
My son is still there, so.
So I don't know if I like ship this to Miguel, if he'd be able to maybe copy it and just reprint this whole part. But it's really weird. I almost feel like it was somebody opened it up, took that part, and then resealed it.
That pyro kit you got there, what's the copyright date on that? It has to be an old one.
I think it is 1967. Let me.
Yeah, I don't know who bought them now.
Is that a pyro there?
Oh yeah,
Oh,
yeah. This was the. From my understanding, this kit was originally released in 1957, and then this box. So it's the same mold, but this box came out in 1967, and when I got it, it was supposedly factory sealed and all that. But if that part's missing, just that one leaf spring, there's got to be something up with that. So I don't know if the instructions. Yeah, see, I don't see a date on it. But from what my research, what I was able to find was that this particular kit was released and distributed in 1967 with this box art.
I wouldn't doubt it, because pyro hasn't been around for a long time.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. That I don't even know if another company bought them out, or they just quit altogether. But yeah.
I think they folded, Terry.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure they just completely folded, because I don't think anybody purchased them.
They was around about the time those Palmar or something like that brand models.
Yeah, I think Max's models or whatever, he did a little.
Oh yeah, now he could tell you. Now he knows his shit on the history of model cars.
Yeah.
I watched the videos he's made, on Monogram and Rail and all them, and he can tell you.
Rick Zink, he would know.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And now he can tell you, who bought them out and when and everything else about them.
Yeah.
What's funny is, so I've done some research on this kit, and all the rivet counters and all that. They say that the body mold is nothing like the actual 1935 Auburn Speedster, and so they've made their mods to it to make it look more legit. But this plastic is super brittle, so what I'm going to do is just build it out of the box. But I need that rear leaf spring. Like you can't build it without that rear leaf spring.
Another thing you can tell about being a 60 some model kit is the box itself. Notice how thick the box is, and they usually tape the bottom of them. They're not. They wasn't wrapped in plastic back in either. But the box is real thick. It's not like these little thin boxes we got now. A lot of the Lamberg kits and stuff back then, or the Johan the kits was in boxes like that, real thick, and were only taped.
Yeah. This one was actually, it had the tape on the bottom. The tape was it literally just popped off with your finger.
Yeah.
And this box is beautiful. Like I could not believe when I opened this up, because it was actually wrapped in cellophane, and the cellophane was super old. And I don't know when this particular one was printed, but the box is super thick, very nice. And then the contents of it,
Is that is that a 132 scale?
yeah, it's 1/32 scale, and it's the tabletop series. So I'm assuming were these usually put out at dealerships or something, or do you know?
The company started in 1939, and they closed up in 72.
Yeah,
The
this is a
tabletop
beautiful
series,
mold, though.
wasn't that the tabletop series? Wasn't that like a one of a variety or so many of them that they had in a series, or like the Pioneer series kits? Like Charlie Mack just put together. They was like they had so many of them, and they was considered as a tabletop series.
Okay.
You had 6 or 7 models, like the amber or the auburn, the bobtail, and maybe something else that went along with it, like the Phantom. Let's see, I can't think of the name of them now. Like the Limburg, models.
Yeah.
I got a bunch of those old kits, but the Packards and all them. But I think that's what that tabletop series meant. I
You
wouldn't
could
swear to
buy
it.
you could buy the tabletop series when this was released for 50 cents, and then the deluxe version of the classic cars was $1. And
Does
then
it have it?
What model kit is that? Because it's got a date on this one site.
it's the Puro Bugatti Grand Prix race car Type 59.
Yeah, I've got a model
This
car price guide book here. It's probably got it. If you got the box or the kit number, I can tell you exactly what year it was made.
it
Yeah.
is C303-50.
See if I can reach that book. I don't know if I can reach it or not.
The instructions on it are really basic and simple because there aren't very many parts, but it's such a cool kit. And at first, when I first got it, I bought it knowing that I wanted to build it, but then once I saw it, I was like, oh, I don't know, but I'm definitely going to build it because now that I've opened it up, because it's going to be a fun kit, and I'm hoping that it looks cool when it's done.
32 scale.
Yeah. I wish they made a larger version of this particular car. They probably do somewhere.
Well, they make quite a few different kits. I didn't know that.
They were in business for quite a while.
Yeah, from
What
started
model did you say?
started in 1939. White.
It's C303-50.
C303.
See,
Hey guys.
Good to see.
Um,
And what did you say the car was called?
It's the Bugatti Grand Prix race car. I think they only made one version of that. I don't remember the year of the car. I think it was a 1915 or 17.
Okay, that's what I was looking for. Is the year that it was made, or the the year of the car.
And then there's a 17 here, which on the box, I don't know if that 17 means anything.
do you have any instructions for that Auburn Speedster?
I do.
I just want to look and see if they look like the Lindbergh ones.
Oh, that's a good question. The Lindbergh kit is in 1/25th scale too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I bet they bought the mold.
Well, I was just wondering that. Let me just hold that piece up. And well, mine might be apart, but that I just want to see if that piece there matches.
This one.
Well, it doesn't matter, I guess. I got that one here somewhere.
So the instructions, it's a one sheet. Right
Yeah,
like that.
mine's one sheet too, but
And the weird part is, so when you turn it over and you're attaching the axle, it shows it's got both of those rear leaf springs on it.
yeah, well, you can always make those. Scratch build those.
Oh, I
Yeah.
found it. You said it was C303 was the kit number?
Yeah, C303-50.
Bugatti Type 59 Grand Prix race car,
Yep,
number 17.
that's
It
it.
it was issued in 1965.
I'll be darned.
And the value of
Yeah.
it in 2001, the value of it was worth $20.
Yeah, it's not
Cool.
an expensive kit at all.
According to this price guide book, which this is
Yeah.
2001 price guide deal.
Oops.
But
Yeah, it's a nice kit.
the car itself is a 1933 Bugatti.
Does this
Oh.
tree look familiar?
Yeah, it's exactly the same, only a different color. Mine was printed in red.
Yeah, this is white. So this is from the Lindbergh kit.
So I'll just buy a Lindbergh kit and maybe use this one for spare parts.
Well, yeah, or I would just scratch build two leaf springs for the back.
That's true.
It's
Well, I was
pretty-
wondering if I can talk Miguel into maybe printing the whole rear axle.
Right here's the book that I got this out of.
Oh, that's awesome.
Then
I
I've
always
got
thought I
another.
could get one of those.
I've got another one that's for the 124th and 125th scale. This is all the other scales: 148, 143, 132nd, 120, 16, 8, and all
Yeah.
that.
Cool.
I
don't know if I had-
Terry?
Do what, John?
When was your kit produced by Lindbergh? Because they folded too, didn't they? Or did they sell out?
No,
No,
well, I don't know if
that-
Lindbergh sold out. Yes, they did. They sold out to round two.
Well, Lindbergh still
Oh.
making models.
Yeah, the 1937 Chevrolet that I have is a Lindbergh kit, and it's kind of it's weird. It's a different kit, altogether.
Most of the kits at Ollie sells, they're all Lindbergh, which they may be just round two or whatever bought them out. And
Yeah,
re-
round two bought out of Lindbergh. The only thing I know is that Lindbergh, before they were bought out, remember they dumped a whole bunch of kits on the market.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just don't. They redid all. I won't say all, but they redid a lot of their molds. Jesus, they were pushing kits out like crazy.
Yeah. I remember that store, John.
Well, that was Joe Hahn that lost all their models or molds in that train wreck, wasn't it? Instead of Lindbergh.
I think it
Joe
was.
I think it was Aurora.
Oh,
I know one of them lost all their molds in that train wreck, but I was thinking it's either Joe Hahn or Lindbergh.
No, I think it's Aurora.
yeah.
Well,
What's the molds?
I'm not 100% sure, so I wouldn't stake my life on it.
Hey, Steve, Hobby Haven, isn't that Spotlight Hobbies now?
No.
Yes, it is.
Well, yes, it is. Sorry, yeah.
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 John, that's Spotlight Hobbies now.
But yeah, this plastic, I can tell already that it's kind of brittle.
Yeah, different chemical makeup for the styrene back then.
Mm-hmm.
Probably better. I don't know.
We'll see what happens when I go to build it.
Yeah, I bought this one a couple of years ago. So this is the last issue that they put out.
Yeah, these are the only two Puro kits that I own, and I bought them both on eBay. So this one, I absolutely love this kit, and I can't wait to build it. But when I opened it up, when I pulled it out of the plastic that was wrapped around it, you know that old book smell.
Oh yeah.
You know, that's what it smelled like. It reminded me of my grandpa's old, library.
Yeah.
It just had this old book smell.
I had
Really
one of
cool.
those in 1/32 scale, and it was done by Monogram.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if it was the same kit or not. I don't know. But I sold it. So
Hey, Mopar, I remember at Hobby Heaven at the hobby store that you're talking about. I used to see their ads a lot in the magazines.
yeah, I came across one of their catalogs there not too long ago. I didn't look at it because the prices would scare me.
Huh.
You look at the prices back then. You say, "Geez, that's a lot of money for a model kit." They want $10 for it. Yeah. Well, that kit there, that Bronco one, I worked it out, and they work out to about $50 a kit. Now the hobby shop here is selling them for $55.50 plus 15% tax.
Wow.
Yeah, and they're $34 in Spotlight. Have them for $34, 34 something. So if you convert the $34 to Canadian dollars,
Yeah, I know a lot of people that buy kits from Spotlight Hobbies.
yeah. Shipping's what kills you, though.
Yeah.
Like
But
these
the
kits.
thing is, like, if you order from him, then it's better not just to order one kit. You order like 5 or 6.
Yeah. Well, I got 5 of these kits, and shipping in the U.S. was, I forget what it was now. It wasn't very much. Like peanuts. And to
Yeah.
ship them up here, it was going to be $70-some.
Wow.
And on top of that, it would probably go to customs, and I would probably have to pay sales tax.
Yeah.
So, it would have
That's
been.
crazy.
I got these from. It wasn't real. Who the hell was it? To look at my book. Nope. Avon phone. Yeah, I had. Where did I get these from? Was Mega Hobby.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they were the cheapest in the U.S. And
I
their
heard of them
price.
before.
Huh?
I heard of them before.
Yeah, their price was $29.99 each.
Aren't they on Long Island?
I'm gonna hop off here for a while. Maybe
Okay.
let somebody else on the go or Mopar or somebody.
All right, Terry, take care.
If you're still on here, when I come back in here, then I'll get back on again or see if there's room.
Okay. Well, take
I'll let
care.
Yeah, I'm
somebody
gonna.
I just wanted to come on because I've missed it. This is the first time I've got to be in here in over 2 months or almost 2 months or months.
So how you
It's
feeling?
good to see you.
Oh, I feel great. I mean,
Good.
my breathing is really good now. It's like I was telling them earlier. The doctor that I've got now has probably done more for me in the last 2 weeks than I've had in the last 6 months. As far as health wise.
It's funny how you get a doctor like that.
Well, he told me when I was in the hospital the other day that 11 years ago he was in England and he was a heart and lung specialist.
Oh yeah.
And he's the kidney specialist here now.
Huh.
And so he pretty well knows, a little bit of everything. Which he's my family doctor, or I told him I wanted to be my family doctor too, because he's treating me, for my thyroid,
Right.
level, and plus, my sodium level's been dropping too low, and he's, treating me for my kidneys and stuff too, because that's where all my sodium level. My kidneys not able to retain the salt
Yeah,
enough, for it to keep my sodium level up.
Right.
So he's treating me for that. And I told him, I said, well, since you was a heart or a lung specialist, then you know pretty well what my lung problem is. And he told me, he said, yeah, and I know how to cure it. So hopefully
That's good.
it worked, because he started giving me some medicine, in pill form while I was in the hospital, that actually caused all that fluid, to take that fluid away from my lungs,
Right.
and to keep me from drowning, which is what I was doing when the ambulance come and got me.
Right. Right.
Just more or less drowning in my own fluid.
Yeah.
And now he's got all that off of it. It's just like, have my lungs pushed out before, like the doctor used to do. And
That's good.
I can breathe in now, and I can actually feel the air go into my lungs.
Wow.
Okay, white
Before I could take a breath and I couldn't feel it go nowhere. It was like a smothered air.
Right.
But yeah, I feel a whole lot better. I mean, I even come in here yesterday and done the interview and stuff, and wasn't even out of breath, and was on here for 2 hours straight. And I feel a lot better. I can move around. My heart don't go to 135, 140 like it used to. I'm able to keep it down because of the fact that I'm getting more air. That my brain, ain't trying to overwork my heart.
Right. Right.
I'm just feel a whole lot better all the way around.
That's good. Good to hear.
Yeah. And but except for when the humidity goes up to 100%, then naturally, it's going to make a little bit, change on it.
Yeah.
But anybody's got lung problems, it affects it that way.
That's right. Yeah.
But like I said, I'm hoping that now that it's going, back where it should be for a while, and I keep taking those pills and keeping that fluid off of it, that I'll be able to get some models built and painted and stuff, and get in here to where I can actually start doing some modeling instead of making videos on coming or going from the hospital.
Yeah.
Some nuts.
All right.
But I will hop off here and let somebody else come on. So.
Okay, take care, Terry.
Like I said, it's just good to see everybody and be able to get back in here for a while. And all everybody out there in the chat room, I tell y'all, have a good day and everything. But I'll come back on here a little bit later if you're still on here. If not, then I'll catch you tomorrow or whenever you do the next one, maybe. But y'all have a good Sunday, and I'll talk to you later.
All right. See you later.
Take care.
Bye, guys.
Thank you, Terry.
Well, that's good to hear.
Yeah. They got the 34 done, Steve.
You didn't have it done yesterday?
No.
Oh.
No. I got the parachute on. I got the made scratch built shocks for the front.
Right after this.
Yeah, I didn't get anything done today. Oh, shoot. Trying to clean my brushes.
Yeah, I'll probably do a video on it later.
Only 6 degrees when I get up at 10 o'clock or 9 o'clock this morning.
Yeah, here too. Here too. That was pretty.
Yeah, I
cool.
noticed a big change in the weather when I went out. The coolness is here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty soon, shoveling snow.
Well, I can't complain because I remember we used to have snow in October.
Yeah, yeah. Well, usually we don't get snow until about December, around there.
Well, that's how it's been, lately.
Yeah, right after Christmas, we usually get it.
Yeah, usually get it after Christmas and it snows like crazy.
Yeah.
And that's what's happened in the last couple of years. But I don't think we had much snow last year.
No, we didn't.
That's
wasn't
kind of
cold
makes
at all
me
last
wonder how
year.
much I'm going to get this year.
It wasn't cold at all last year here.
Well, it wasn't bad. No.
It was pretty mild, actually, when you think about it.
Well, that's the thing, If it's mild, what's it going to be like this winter?
Yeah, yeah.
You can't have it good all the time.
Nope.
I wish it was, but wish it was.
Hi, Miguel.
Hey, Miguel.
What's up?
What's up?
Yeah, I'll post a video later, Miguel, of the 34.
Okay. Did you finish it?
Yeah, oh yeah, yeah. I'll show you.
Nice.
Parachute on the back. Shocks. Scratch built the shocks on the front.
Nice. Very cool.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna do that for BK model car for his brother. I think that's the one that's going to be for him. Because it's going to take me a while to finish this 65 over there. Who's a tripod? Oh, okay. Is he calling you a tripod now, Miguel?
I don't know. I haven't been paying attention. I don't know. Maybe.
Is that the plate that got gummed up with the resin, Miguel?
It is, but no, this is the FEP. But I screwed it up this morning when I was printing. I pulled the vat out to clean it, and I set it. I usually will put a paper towel on the surface and set the FEP on it, the tray on it, and then I'll use this little plastic squeegee that they give you to make sure there's no particles stuck to the FEP.
Oh yeah.
Well, it was like, when you get some particles stuck, you have to give it a little bit of force.
Yeah, sure.
So I felt some resistance, and so I pushed down a little bit harder to try to break free the resin that was stuck to the FEP, and it usually comes right off, and it didn't. So I pushed a little bit harder, and then I realized what I was pushing against was like a little pebble of something that was underneath
Oh.
the FEP. So I was like stretching and pulling and tearing the FEP material, trying to push, past that pebble that was underneath.
Right.
You can imagine. So anyway, so I tore a hole in my FEP. You can see before I cut it.
But, that's pretty thin.
Yeah, it's.
So
anyway,
so your resin prints on top of that piece.
Yeah. Well,
that piece that's torn.
Yeah, there's the clear plastic that goes here, and then that gets attached to the bottom here.
Right.
And then you pour the resin in, and it prints through here.
Right.
So the build plate lowers down, and it sticks to the build plate.
Okay. You can't put any substance on that so it doesn't stick.
Yeah, you can. Apparently, Rick said he uses some kind of a lubricant. I need to ask him what he uses. But I've never had to do that.
No.
I haven't had any issues, and I haven't had to do that. Now, on my bigger printer, I have issues. So I was going to ask Rick about that, what lubricant he uses, because on my bigger printer, I have failed prints all the time.
But why are they failing?
Because it's not sticking to, or because it's sticking to the.
Oh yeah, okay.
The FEP.
Right. Yeah. There's probably all kinds of stuff you could use.
Yeah, I'm sure.
But the plastic thing is something that you have in your hand now. Right? Yeah, whatever. Silicone might work. Silicone lubricant.
Maybe.
Oh, for you, John, I will change my shirt, okay?
You worried about that?
The 3-in-1 oil.
Yeah, that might be a little too oily.
Yeah, and WD-40 that wouldn't work either.
The thing is with oils, they have a tendency to, the oil and plastic don't normally go good together. Fluid film, it's an oil, but it's made by lambs. It comes from lambs. What do you call it? Not their fur, but their hair, wool. Yeah, wool. I guess that's what it is. Wool. Yeah, it comes from lamb's wool, and it's a really, really good lubricant. Like I had my '69 Cougar, and when I first got it, I couldn't move the outside mirror on it, and I had it into the garage. They were doing an oil change, and I was talking to the mechanic, and he says, "Oh, put fluid film on it." I said, "Well, where do I get that?" And he said, "Oh, Canadian Tire, anywhere like that." So he sprayed the little ball on my mirror, and he says, "Try it in a couple of days." So I went out probably the next day or the day after. Jesus, the fucking thing moved great. Loosened it right up. And it's funny, you mention it to a lot of people, and they say, "Well, where is that made?" And I said, "Well, it's made in the USA." Like, it doesn't come from China. It's but I use it on all kinds of stuff for tools and everything.
Is that the 3-in-1 you're talking about, Steve?
No, it's fluid film.
Oh, okay.
You ever use it?
No, I've heard of it, but I haven't used it.
Well, it's not cheap. Like, there's a can for sale here at one of our stores this week, and it's $12.99. And normally they run around. Well, I've seen them as high as $18.99.
Oh wow!
But normally they're around $15.99. Usually, if I see one on sale, I usually buy one. But I think I got 3 out in the garage now. So
yeah.
But it's made from lanolin. And I mean, if you get it on your hands, you almost say, "Geez, I'm going to rub my hands with this stuff." It's just so nice,
Yeah.
It smells nice.
Mm-hmm.
But if you search fluid film on the internet,
yeah,
I mean, they use it for a lot of stuff. But I never heard till this mechanic told me about it.
Yeah.
I've used ever since then. I've used it. And it seeps, like if you put it somewhere, it'll manage to seep its way through it under a crack or under rust or whatever.
Oh yeah. Good to know.
Oh, it's good stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I would never probably bought it if we hadn't been told about it.
Yeah. That's how we learn, right?
Yeah, right. Like, I even take it in the spring. I wash my lawnmower all off, and I shouldn't say the spring, in the fall. I wash it all up and put it away, and when I spray it all underneath the undercarriage, underneath the body and all that.
Oh yeah.
Spray it under there and wipe it all around with paper towel.
No, yeah.
Because usually that's what happens with most lawnmowers. The bodies will rust out long before the motors go. You bought one of those, John. Didn't you buy one of these?
What's that?
You bought one of these, didn't you?
No.
No?
No.
I bought one. Works really good.
Yeah, Princess Auto sells them.
Yeah. I've only used this once or twice, but I keep forgetting. I didn't even know where I had it. So I have to look on my top of my cabinet here, and there it was.
Huh. Yeah, it's pretty good for rotating the model while you're doing the.
Yeah, it's real good for doing like chassis detail painting.
Yeah.
You can slide the chassis right in there and paint it around. And I always find I like to hold them in my hand, but I think my hand gets a cramp in it, and then, but this thing here, you can just set it anywhere and turn it around.
Yeah, yeah.
You know. And somebody was saying, well, it's only good for like 12 inches. Well, that's not quite true, because if you get yourself a small board, like a little stick, and it was this, all you have to do is cut it to the same size as the shaft that's in there. You could have one 2 feet long.
Yeah, yeah.
I wouldn't go any longer than 2 feet. I think that would probably be the maximum you'd want to go.
I think it'd be ideal if you're a boat builder.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Or even for an airplane.
Yeah. Yeah, but it works pretty good. I got to figure out some way of putting a foam rubber in it.
Oh yeah, for the jaws.
Yeah, because the jaw. Well, I think what I can do is it's pretty simple. It's just a matter of, because there's slots in the jaw, like right in there. There's a slot.
Yeah.
So, I mean, and there's slots going across this way too. So I don't know. I could probably recast that. We could cast that solid. Yeah, that would probably work. And then put a bigger slot in it, and then just put glue a piece of plastic on it and put foam in it. That dense foam stuff.
Hi, Keith.
Yeah, sunny and cool here today. And it's supposed to rain all week. Well, maybe it'll rain next week.
Oh, we've been having a lot of rain this summer, I tell you.
Yeah. Well, that dune buggy thing, that was come out in '84.
Yeah, yeah.
So in 1984, I don't know what the model, what was going on with the model companies. I suppose back then they weren't selling a lot of stuff, and they were just trying to cut costs when they did things, because even the wheels on the trailer, they're just plastic.
Wow.
The tires are just plastic.
Yeah.
And they're small tires too. So, but once they're all painted up, they'll look great. And the Volkswagen engine.
Hey, Salty, how's it going?
Yeah, the Volkswagen engine isn't much to talk about. But I mean, a guy could always replace that, with a Volkswagen engine or a Corvair engine.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you get those dune buggies.
Corvair model kits still around too.
What's that?
A lot of the Corvair model kits still around too.
Yeah, I think I got one. I sold a couple of them. Yeah,
I got a couple off you. Somewhere.
I just
ask me where, but somewhere.
Yeah, well.
Miguel, you get my email about that grill?
I did.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I found a guy. Well, I didn't. Somebody else told me about him, but he made the whole body. It comes with 2 different noses on it. One's got a scoop on it, like a pro scoop, and the other one's just a plain scoop. I mean, plain.
Oh, yeah.
Huh. But there's no you got. Well, on those you mount the headlights on top of the fenders anyway. But the grill would have to be cut out if you wanted to, if you want to put a grill in it. But he's selling it. It's a resin, body for, I think it's $29 plus $4.95 shipping and handling, something like that.
How long were you on the hangout for last night, Keith? Huh.
All right. There it is. VEP replaced.
Got it. Like brand new.
Now I can start over again.
Good and tight.
Huh.
That's what she said.
So now that's what your resin goes on to that, the part what you're printing.
Oh wow.
Yeah, you pour the resin in here.
That's
you pour it in there.
Yeah, you pour the resin in here. This sits on the printer.
Yeah.
The build plate dips down into this, and then the LCD shines the UV light. Well, it determines how much UV light to shine, and then the build plate lifts, and
Right.
dips back down, does the next layer, lifts, dips down,
Oh.
back down, does the next layer.
Right.
Keith was in a hangout till 6 a.m. this morning. Wow.
I should have been watching. I didn't see anybody live. I was up till 5:30.
Now, Miguel, does it have to be that plastic that you put in there? Is that what you have to use that?
You don't have to use this specific film, but it needs to be a certain thickness and have a certain transparency value for the
Okay,
UV
all right.
light.
All right. Yeah. Okay. I see. Yeah. Okay. And I was just wondering if it had to be clear plastic. Like, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's just based on the transmittance of the UV light.
Right. Right. I see.
Okay, Mark, no problem. We'll be on again tomorrow.
Yeah. So if you put a lubricant on that, you'd have to really watch what you're putting on. Interesting.
So, Mark, you getting a storm up there or something, or what?
So this is what I was printing this morning that I was up till 5 a.m.
God.
Oh.
I did the Boss 429 motor again.
Oh,
Let me
nice.
turn-
Yeah.
Hold on. Let me turn my autofocus off.
Yeah. That looks good there.
So I did the
No
Boss.
headers.
Don't get too close. You're too close. Yeah.
Boss
Right.
429, but I
Yeah.
did custom headers on it
Yeah.
that
Nice.
dip backwards. I needed that. Hold on. I needed that because the chassis that I'm putting it in has a cross frame, and I need the headers to go back and then down so that they can go
Yeah.
over the trans mount and then through the back.
Right.
Because
Right.
I
Wow.
shaved this frame, or this chassis had the built-in mufflers.
Oh yeah. 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 Yeah.
So I shaved it all off, reformed it,
Right. Yeah.
put some styrene in
Wow.
there. I rebuilt the trans tunnel to make room for the Lenko so that the
Right.
Lenko will sit in there.
Right.
But
Right.
then I had to get the headers shaped so that they would fit in there. So I had to do some custom headers.
Yeah.
So I did that last night. That's why I was up so damn late.
That's
then
amazing.
And then I started my print at like 5:30 this morning.
Right.
Yeah,
Wow.
I custom modeled those headers. So if anybody needs headers, I'm getting pretty damn good at it.
Yeah, I see that. It's amazing how those supports, how they form themselves.
Well, the software does that for you.
Yeah, but I
click-
mean, it's amazing how it does that.
yeah, for sure. And then I reprinted the Hemi, the twin turbo Hemi, but I had a print failure. You can see here, it didn't print the left side turbo.
Oh yeah.
So I'm going to have to reprint that one. I don't know why that failed. I don't know. But I mean, the engine itself looks really good.
Yeah.
Really happy with it.
Yeah,
And I
he
print-
was on Keith was on a different channel, Miguel.
Oh yeah, they look good too.
Yeah,
Wow.
I printed, I made a new wheel, put it in some tires and printed that.
Wow. Nice.
This is
Yeah.
a new design.
Mhm.
So those look pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Clean.
I had another design that I was trying to do with a different tire tread,
Yes.
and they failed as well. You can see they didn't print right.
Mhm.
But those are going to be good. Those are going to be really nice.
Yeah,
Good
tires
tread,
are
Jeff.
And then I also did some control arms.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Nice. Those look good.
Yeah, and I designed these for tube chassis. You can see they have like
Mhm.
little brackets where they mount directly to the tube chassis.
Yeah.
Right. Nice.
And then they also, these little things that jut out on the sides here, this is engine mounts
Okay.
for a Ford Galaxy. You can nip those off. They don't have to be there if you don't use them, but on the
No,
Galaxy,
they're-
not the
Always
Galaxy,
good to have those things.
yeah, the Challenger, on the Challenger I needed them, so
Yeah.
But yeah, I got the little cup for the
Yeah.
lower hub mount, whatever it's
Yeah.
called.
Yeah.
Ball
Oh,
joint
yeah.
or what?
Yeah, like the lower
That'd be your
ball
spindle.
joint.
Your
Yeah.
spindle would fit in there.
There you go. The lower mount on the spindle.
Yeah.
Yeah, those turned out really good. I'm really
Yeah.
happy with those.
Hmm.
Amazing technology.
Yeah, Gabe, I don't think we're sub to that channel. That's probably why we didn't see you live.
What channel?
Wasted Talent Fabrication.
Oh yeah, I've never heard of it. So
No, neither have I. I'll have to check it out.
Those headers are like, remember in the old days, you buy a set of, in real cars, hooker headers, the tuned headers. That's why they weren't uniform or nothing because they were, cut in certain lengths to get the maximum horsepower out of the motor, get the exhaust out.
yeah, you need each pipe to be the same
Yeah.
length.
Right. They call
Yep.
them tuned headers. Yeah. So
Yep, I designed these
there
exactly
you go. Yeah.
exactly following that logic.
That's what made me think of that, man. When I saw them, that's the first thing I thought.
Yeah, I
Okay.
actually went and I found a header online, like a website that sells headers,
Yeah.
and I found a really good one that looked good, and I just copied it.
Yeah. Yeah. That come out awesome, man.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. Real good. Yeah. Like you say, custom fit for that frame too, man, where they dump out.
Yep.
Yeah.
Did you
could
make
do-
distributors caps yet, Miguel, or no?
No, I haven't really needed them. Do you need some?
Everybody needs them.
Yeah, especially if they got the holes already drilled in them.
Well,
the walls for-
like
for
a whole
something.
distributor or just the cap?
Just a cap.
Well, he's maybe, unless I'm speaking out of turn, John, but are you talking about like the ones you buy aftermarket from that are already pre-wired, where they got some of them have
Yeah.
the cap and the distributor shaft on it too to put into the
Yeah.
motor?
Yeah,
That's
with
what
the
we get.
holes already drilled.
Yeah,
that way
pre-drilled.
you know where to put the spark plugs and whatnot. Hi,
Right,
Pete.
but- yeah, but Miguel's asking, you want the shaft that goes into the motor too, or just the cap with the
Just the
pre-drilled holes?
There's the
Sound
cap
right?
because the stem itself is easy to make yourself.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's those bloody little holes that you have to drill.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
some caps.
handy.
It's funny. Some caps have little dipples in them, and you can drill them out really easy. And then the other caps are just like, duh.
Or they're too small, the caps.
Yeah, the caps are.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what it is
sometimes they're
most
not
of the
even
time.
real.
Yeah, there's just a glob there. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Need to make it like a Mallory distributor, where you got the wires that come in from the side, and then you got the piece that sits over the top of the plug.
Oh yeah, yeah.
To help hold them down. Something
Like a
like
magnet, almost like a
ATI.
magneto.
yeah,
like
like a
an
magnet.
ATI.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not too bad because you can usually drill a hole through them.
Yeah.
It's those damn distributor caps that you got to try and do. On
Yeah.
a Chevy engine, they're not too bad because you can shove them in the back. Nobody ever
Right.
sees them. But a Ford, they're always stuck out in the front.
Yeah.
Thanks, Ford.
Mopar 2.
They never do anything the easy way.
No.
What's up, Salty?
How you doing, sir?
Yeah.
How are you doing, Keith?
Oh, I'm just recuperating.
It's recovering, eh?
Yeah, and I think we're gonna do it again tonight.
No, I think
slept
the
till-
most we ever did was 4.5 hours.
I just woke up like 20 minutes ago. I've been sleeping all damn day.
I slept till noon.
Hi, 12.
Well, I remember getting up at noon to take an old man pee, but I went right back to bed.
Hey, Salty, I think you had left earlier. I talked about, did you see where that, down here in Texas, that drag race went bad and killed them people? Car
When
went off.
was that?
You got crossed down here in Kerrville, Texas.
When was this?
Last night or yesterday afternoon.
Oh, gee.
What happened?
Hey, is this the one that Limpy was flagging?
Who?
Limpy.
Oh, I don't know who's flagging it. It was a no prep job.
Yeah, because Limpy was live last night.
Yeah, well, this was around 3:20 in the afternoon, and I think they shut it down after that. But their car went off the track and killed two little boys. I think a 2-year-old, 6-year-old, and a 2-year-old, and then there was 6 or 7 adults. 3 or 4 were airlifted to hospitals and critical but stable condition. And yeah, a buddy of mine was running his Mustang up there. I know that. I saw it on Facebook where he made one round. He's got a 95 Mustang. He calls it Dirty White Boy or something. It's a white 95 Mustang.
Yeah, I've seen that. I've seen that car.
Yeah, he's got a black fender on it now because he clipped the guardrail one time a while back and hadn't repainted the fender, but he's got it all caged up. He's got it quarter mile and 108s now, but he's running a 150 shot nitrous. But
Was that in Kerrville?
Kerrville, yeah.
Kerrville, right. Yeah, there's a thing on YouTube.
Yeah, I figured it would be. I saw it on the regular news, but I hadn't looked on YouTube for it yet.
Yeah. No,
I couldn't even see what kind of car it was. It was mangled pretty bad. The picture that they showed.
I don't know if I'm going to even find a picture here.
Oh, yeah, see, I'm just wondering if this is the one that Limpy was flagging yesterday.
Well, they got that. They had that in race wars up in Ennis Motorplex yesterday. Billy Myers track up there in Ennis, Texas. They had that big, what they call it, race wars or whatever. This one in Kerrville is an old airstrip, and they're using it as a no prep dragway now.
Airstrip. Well, I don't think this is it because they're actually holding the one Limpy's on. They're actually holding it on a public street, but the police have got the street all blocked off, and the businesses are all blocked off, and they're actually drag racing on the street. No, that's
not it. Yeah, this one's actually got those. I don't know what they are. I hadn't been to that track, but it looks like water barriers. You know what I mean on the sides. Like highway construction, they fill them up with water. But they're not the barrels. They're the look like walls. They're orange and white. You know.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, so I don't know. It's probably a different.
Hi, Stacy.
Hello, Stacy J. Long time no see, lady. How are you doing?
Yeah, how are you doing, Stacy?
Man, Miguel, you outdone yourself, man. Looks good.
Still needs to be cleaned up and prepped, but man, it fits right in there.
Yeah, like a glove.
Nice little. It's got good clearance.
Tight, yeah.
Now there's in the cross member. There's depressions right here where the pipes are going.
Oh wow!
So I mean, it's perfect.
Nice,
good deal.
Man, it's dead on, yeah. Spot on. I want to say the D word.
Man, I tell you what, we had such a crazy live stream last night. My God.
Huh.
I mean, it was good though. It was really good. Yeah, I mean, we talked about everything. The host, his name is Brian. He's active Air Force right now. He's retiring in like 5 months, and he's moving back to Oregon. So he's got his own YouTube channel. It's Wasted Talent Fabrication. He's getting all his stuff ready to make the big trip from New Orleans, where he's stationed at an Air Force base, back to Oregon when he finally retires out. So he's doing all of his trailers. He's taking all of his trailers in the body shop, repainting all of his trailers and getting them all ready. And so he's doing videos and stuff like that on them. But we got to talk. Man, we talked about so much stuff last night. Holy crap! I think
we do pretty well the same thing here.
Yeah, I think I wound up getting 17 subs out of that last night.
Oh, cool!
My Lord!
Nice.
I said, man, a guy with no videos on his channel is getting subs. I got no videos. I told him, I said, look, the videos will come when I finally get moved to Tennessee, where I actually can get in the shop and start working on my cars.
Well, that's like me. I got Instagram. I got more followers on there than I got on YouTube. I got nothing on it though.
Yeah, like right now, I'm staying at my mom's 2-bedroom apartment, and you can't have shit over here. So
No,
and
no.
I got my stuff scattered at everybody's house. I got stuff at my brother's house. I got stuff at my little brother's house. Stuff at my friend's house. Car trailers. I got stuff everywhere. Cars. My tractor now that I went and picked up. It's down at my brother's. So when I do finally make the move up there, shit, I might have to haul a damn trailer to get all my damn shit up there.
I'm gonna head out, guys.
Okay.
Take it easy.
Yeah, take it easy, Dominic. Have a
Enjoy
good
the
weekend.
Sunday.
Dominic.
Yeah, nice to meet you, sir.
Same here. Take care.
You too. Oh, it's a cat in his lap. I was like, what in the hell is that moving? Stacy, you doing okay? I'm not trying to bring up what's going on. I just want to know, are you doing okay right now? Yeah, Mopar Nuts, you got to remember though, as bad as Ford is, what rear end does every drag racer want to put up under their car?
9-inch.
Exactly, Ford 9-inch. Because Chevrolet's never built a rear end that'll hold
Love
up.
those pumpkins. Love them pumpkins. That's right.
Chrysler's never built the rear end that'll hold up, so they all got to go to Ford.
Here comes something. Here comes something.
Oh, I know something's coming. That's why I'm watching the chat. I'm waiting for it to pop in there.
Yeah.
He might have been on the other side of the shop. He's like, hold on to shit. He's walking all the way across the shop. I got something to say.
Yeah. You got Bluetooth on and everything else, huh?
Just hang in there, Stacy. Things will get better.
Oh yeah.
I promise you. This is only a temporary thing. It'll get better. Happy days are ahead.
Yeah, it's always hard when you lose a loved one.
Hey,
Especially if you're really, really close to the person too.
John,
Yes.
can you blow this? Can you blow this up?
I don't see it.
Yeah, it's on my.
Oh, you. Oh, okay.
Yeah, on my phone. Yeah.
You got
Okay,
my
just
Instagram. If you need to talk to me, I'll give you my number. You can call me anytime,
I
Stacy.
wanted to show it to Salty. You see it, Salty?
Yeah, it's kind of blurry, but I do see. Well,
on.
it just said goodbye.
Yeah, I don't hear.
Is that the actual
drag
wreck?
strip. That's that drag strip. I was showing you yesterday. I was telling you about where they had that crash.
No, that's true, Stacy.
And what's the name of the town it was in?
It's in Kerrville, Texas. With a
Kerrville,
K.
Texas. Let me look this up.
Kerrville. Yeah, that's the track. So this is that buddy of mine's Mustang too. It runs up there.
Oh, it's Kerr. Okay.
Yeah, that's that buddy of mine's Mustang he runs.
Wow.
And then his dad, he's got a 65 Sprint Falcon.
Here's the video on it right here. If anybody wants to watch that video,
They got it on YouTube. I haven't seen it yet. That's what I was saying.
I'm not a mod, but I'll post that link and you can just copy and paste it in your
Yeah, I can copy it, paste it.
Oh yeah, I can put it in a private chat too. I forgot about that.
Yeah, I can do that.
There you go. There you go. It's in a private chat.
Oh, okay.
Got it.
I can do it.
And for those that wants to see it, there it is right there.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah, I'm opening it right now. Check it out.
That's it, Mopar Nut. Exactly. Nothing is permanent but change itself. I 100% agree with that statement. Oh, this is the local news thing.
Yeah, that's the one down here that I don't get now because I'm on Dish TV and they're fighting with Tinga. So that channel's been taken down here by half my phone, but
My damn dog.
and it's taking a while to load in. Mine is. Well, yeah, I think a 2-year-old and a 6-year-old. It says 2 young boys lost control, veers off into the spectators now. But they were parked like beyond the barriers anyway, you know. But I mean, it's still sad it happened. I'm just saying that you're rolling the dice when you do that, man. It's bad enough you're behind the walls or in the fence because pieces can go flying. But the picture I saw was the car looked like it was wadded up between a lowboy trailer and a dually truck, right, where it came to a stop, and you can see where they kind of halfway put up their pop-up tents back again and kind of lean in, and you know what I mean, where he must have come right into their little camp, man, right there where they were
Okay.
sitting. Yeah.
They had quite a bit of problems
Yeah,
at
8
one
other
time with the monster
people.
trucks. One monster truck went right in the stands and hurt like 20 people quite a while ago.
Yeah. That's why now when you go, like when they have it here in the dome, they first 2 sections all the way around, they let nobody sit there. Man.
Yeah, yeah.
Them things will come crawling up with you, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, I noticed that too.
Man, this thing. Let's see now.
Tragedy in the Hill Country. 2 children have been killed following an accident at a racing event that was geared toward people of all ages. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Panaya.
And I'm Alicia Niabas. Tonight we have learned 2 boys are dead. At least 5 other people are hurt, several of them critically, after a car lost control during a drag racing event at the Kerrville Airport.
2 of the most seriously injured are currently at University Hospital tonight here in San Antonio. Eyewitness News reporter Alyssa Tejas joins us from the medical center. Alyssa, what do we know about those victims?
Phil, police would not go on camera following this tragedy. They do tell us that a car was on the track when it lost control, went off the track, hitting some parked cars as well as some people. Now, sadly, a 6-year-old boy did die as a result of this crash. An 8-year-old was taken to Peterson Regional Medical Center, where he later died. The drag race the drag race was the second one put on by organizers at the Kerr County Airport there. You're looking at video from the event before the crash on Snapchat Maps. The flyer on an event website showed the races were a family-friendly event.
That buddy of mine ran that car first round, knocked him out.
It was supposed to go on until 10 tonight. 4 people were airlifted for treatment. They include a 26-year-old man who was taken to Del Seaton Medical Center in Austin. His condition is unknown. 2 women who are 26 and 46 were taken to University Health in critical condition. And the 34-year-old driver was taken to San Antonio Medical Center. He is in stable condition. The organizer of the event did not respond to a request for an interview, but he took to Facebook to ask for prayers for all the families involved.
We cannot give any updates on anything. We cannot do any of that other than there has been an accident. We were taking care of it. The race is shut down, and we ask that you please pray for everybody involved.
Wow.
In their statement, Kerrville police say the investigation is ongoing. We'll have more information to you as it becomes available to us. Reporting from University Health, I'm Melissa Tejas, Pens 5, Eyewitness News.
Huh.
Thank you, John.
That's something.
Thank you, Salty. Yeah, I mean, that's the second. When she said the second race, that's the second accident that they had with that particular
Tragedy in the
But I know it was
Two children have been killed.
It was a no prep race. I know that because what I had read earlier this morning.
Because he won't be
Sad.
driving for a while now.
Huh?
I guess the driver won't be driving for a little while now.
Yeah, he's hurt and everything, and then he's done. Yeah. I haven't talked to a friend of mine yet. Get more detail from him because he was there racing, like I said, because he'd been there before, you know. But yeah, it's bad, man. It's terrible. Uh-oh.
Oh, we lost somebody?
Yeah, Steve fell off or something.
Oh.
Looks like.
He probably pushed the red button again.
Don't do it, Steve. Don't touch the red button. Well, it was drizzling here about 30 minutes ago now. Skies are totally blue and the sun's out. So.
Huh. Wow.
Yeah. Hang around a little bit. It'll change. Yes.
Oh, yeah. It's coming. It's
yeah,
coming.
we'll get it. We'll get it sooner or later.
Hey, John.
I see.
Yeah. Hey,
Yeah.
I'm gonna jump back on here in a few minutes. I'm gonna jump in my car. I gotta go to a restaurant and get some food and stuff. So
Okay.
I'll jump back on from my cell phone.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. All right. See y'all shortly.
All right.
Yeah.
What is that second link that Steve posted?
I don't know. I didn't check it. I just posted it.
He might have done the same one. He was looking at the reel, I think, too.
Yeah. I think it's just a different version of it.
Yeah, the one that Salty did was the current local news from our local news people here. And I think Steve was looking at it on YouTube.
Yeah.
I think that's what it said.
Yeah, I can't imagine what that driver is going through right now.
Oh, yeah. You know, it's.
Knowing that he killed 2 kids while he went airborne.
Yeah, that's a picture I saw of the car earlier today on this one that Steve posted.
Oh, okay.
It's kind of wadded up between that. Looks like a low boy. It's kind of green looking, army green, almost light green color.
Right.
If the government did one thing right this year, they allowed seniors this $2,800 flex. Seniors may be entitled to it.
Got from Canada. Old time garage.
I didn't hear about that.
I'm just watching a video.
John.
Oh, I have my mic off. I just said everybody's quiet today.
I was trying to read your lips, so but not that good at it.
We're gonna make sure I get that turned on.
I can hear you.
No, I got YouTube on. I said I want to make sure I got it turned off.
Oh, yeah.
So the volume doesn't come squeaking through.
I think I'm going to jump out, guys.
No.
All right, take care.
On this Pontiac. So, well, out the boys later. Y'all be safe, man.
Yeah,
Take care.
Cool. Take care.
All right, later.
I have to turn my focus back on. Been sitting here blurry the whole time.
We're watching your work, Markel.
Well, you couldn't see shit because I didn't have my focus on.
Oh. Well, I wasn't really watching, but I was watching something on the internet.
I was watching that video a minute ago.
Yeah, I watched that too. I didn't understand that flatbed trailer with the pallets on it. I couldn't picture that unless that was part the guy's car hit that.
I'm not sure. The story did say he hit parked cars.
Yes, that's right.
So maybe that truck was in the parking lot somewhere. Or maybe that's the parked vehicle they're talking about.
Yeah. Well, you know, we had a drag strip here, and the only barrier that they actually had was a piece of chain link fence that maybe I'm not even sure if it was over 4 feet tall.
Wow.
You know, and I went there a couple of times, and I said, geez, this is a dangerous track if some of these cars go loose. And that was back in, like, I went there once in the 60s. And
yeah,
because they had the funny cars there, and the funny cars would come up from the States, you know, and they'd be on their way to an event up in Montreal. So they came up and they stopped here, 2 or 3 of them. And I went down there and watched it. I thought, man, these they take. There was 2 cars that were, like the professionals, and then there was one guy. He was going for his license.
Oh,
And,
yeah.
oh my God, he'd come off the line. I don't think he'd get 100 feet. He hit the brakes. And I thought, man, it's got to be quite a jolt if you're not used to doing that. Because those things will just set you right.
Oh, yeah.
They'll just set you in the back seat if there is none.
Yeah, right.
And he went about 4 times, and I don't think he got his license. Because I think you have to do a certain speed, to get your license. But I got a couple of pictures down here, but yeah, it was, most of the cars that ran down were basically, some stock cars, and, factory stock cars, and a few homemade rails and stuff like that. It wasn't really bad. Some gassers.
I don't know that. I mean, it sounded like in that story, like they had, the water barriers, but I guess past the finish line, they didn't have any barriers.
Yeah.
So those water barriers only extended to the finish line. So it seems to me they shouldn't have had any. They shouldn't have had any spectators past that point.
No, I don't know. Some of these tracks, the spectators are right there, man.
At the start line, I can understand. That might be a little bit safer, but down where they're doing 200 miles an hour.
Yeah, well, that's
that
it.
Doesn't make it.
No, I saw one. I don't know if it was posted on here. They posted that on here last week, or with Salty being here. The car where the guy lost control just before he got to the timing lights. He tore the back end of the car off.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Oh, yeah. I mean, there was a girl. She was videoing it, and she got injured, and that was way down by the timing lights.
Yeah.
So I mean, like you say, being near the start line wouldn't be too bad. I mean,
yeah, the only danger there is, if like the engine blows or something, and maybe a piston gets flung out into the crowd or something.
Yeah, or the intake, or your blower gets blown off.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, no matter what, any motorsport's dangerous. That's for sure. I get a kick out of those rally racers. Holy shit, man! People stand right on the road.
Oh my goodness, holding their cameras out into the road, and oh man,
like that. Those motorcycles over there in Wales. That race
the ones they do like 200 miles an hour down the streets.
Yeah,
and their roads are like 10 feet wide.
I know. I don't know what drives people to want to do that.
I don't know. They got balls of steel, I tell you.
Well, yeah. I mean, some guys are out there taking pictures, and the friggin' bikes are just blowing by them.
Yeah, insane.
Yeah,
they are so fast.
I always thought I'd like to do a little drag racing, but I never did. But I would just do that with my regular car.
I'm more in
Lacino.
It'd be fast enough for me.
He said he was going to drop off.
Oh.
I'm more into like the touring stuff, like road courses.
Yeah.
I'd like to get into that. Even some of the, where they set up a little track in like a parking lot.
Oh yeah. I know what you mean. Yeah.
I forget what it's called.
Yeah.
It's like Time Attack or some shit.
Yeah, it's basically a time thing.
Yeah. I would have fun with that.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Oh, with the pillars, and you have to go between the pillars.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like they set up like cones out on a parking lot, and then they time you going through the course. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, that wouldn't be too bad.
That would be fun.
Yeah. Yeah, you probably wouldn't get too much speed in there. They had one of those down here in St. John, but it was on the fucking harbor, on the harbor front. Like, I mean, Jesus, the guy lost control and something happened. He could go right off into the friggin' harbor. I mean, it was the track they had made out was quite a ways from there, but still, if you're
you need a helmet and a life vest.
Yeah, well, if your throttle happened to stick, for some unknown reason. And you couldn't get it steered right, geez, you could end up in the bay. odds are it wouldn't happen, but still.
Well, it's, you know, if it's likely to happen, generally there's a rule about it. So
Yeah. I was watching hill climbing there yesterday over in England, and I don't know what the date of it was, but it was fairly, you know, within the last 10 years. But they were doing the old style cars, you know, like the old style MGs and that. And man, those guys just beat the crap out of those cars.
yeah,
You know,
I watched one of those recently, and it's like they do it in like a country road, in like, you know, on the outskirts of a village kind of thing.
yeah. Well, they were doing this right up to like it was a field with a hill on it, and they were going up through there. And of course, when you start out, you know, the first guy that goes up there, well, it's great. Time you get to the 50th car, it's just a mud mire.
Oh, you're talking like hill climb as in like out in the dirt. Okay.
Yeah, well, these guys were hill climbing like, you know, like the roads. They weren't really roads. They were, you know, basically, you know, something that they had sat out.
Yeah, I was watching something they called it a hill climb, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
But it was actually on the roads, and it was in you know, in some little village in the UK, and they started out with like really old cars.
Yeah.
The slower cars, and then progressively towards the end of the pack, they would do faster and faster cars, and then like the goal was to be the fastest guy on the course.
Did they have a passenger with them?
No, not usually.
These ones had passengers, and sometimes they get going up a hill, and the guy in the back seat, he'd be jumping up and down.
Oh, trying to get traction?
Yeah, trying to get traction.
Like a navigator.
Well, yeah, I guess you'd call him a navigator. But it was funny watching them.
They have races up in France, too, and they go through the old on the streets.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's freaking crazy.
Oh, yeah.
I used to get a kick out of watching the Pikes Peak hill climb, and then it turned into this really commercial thing now, and so the cars are kind of weird now. And
I see.
That seems to happen with everything. It's commercialized.
Yeah.
And it's good good at the beginning, and then after a while, it just, you know.
No, Larry, I've never seen an Iceland hill climb.
Have you watched Pikes Peak hill climb?
Yeah.
I've never really watched it, no.
Yeah,
Pikes Peak? It's a really famous one here in the U.S.
Oh, I know it's famous. Yeah. I suppose I've seen a couple videos of it. I know I've seen videos of when they were doing it back in the like the late '60s, but I haven't watched any fairly new stuff. Back in the late '60s, these guys were taking stock cars up there.
Oh yeah. Well, they get crazy now. They've got cars that are, you know, they look like a cross between a go-kart and like a sprint car.
Okay, yeah.
Like an outlaw sprint. They got big old wings on them, and
yeah. See, it gone. You know, that's like drag racing. I mean, everything's so computerized. All you do is get in, hit the gas, and hang on.
Yeah.
If you're lucky, you can steer it. You know.
Yeah.
That's about all you can do. I mean, once
they got computers that if your car starts to do a wheelie, it cuts your throttle down. You know, or it drops your RPM to make sure you stay. You know, keep traction and all these little bells and whistles that take all the actual athleticism out of it.
Yeah.
You're literally just a passenger.
I think they're going too fast, really. I mean, I know that the whole purpose is to see how fast you get to the end, but I don't know. I like that.
Kenny Bernstein hit the world's record for the fastest funny car. He was the first one that hit the 200 mark. 200 mile per hour mark.
But he wasn't the first one that was legally done.
Oh, no.
Don Garlics was the first one legally done it.
Oh, yeah.
I remember watching the first 300 pass and the first 3 second pass.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I think they were funny cars and then top fuel respectively. At the time, this was like probably 20 years ago.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Something a while back anyway.
It's like now they have that Pro Mods or whatever. They just remind me of funny cars. There's not much difference.
Maybe they look like spaceships.
Yeah. Yeah, they don't have regular looking bodies anymore.
Looks like a big bubble going down the track.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, even those motorcycles with spikes on their tires and they go on the ice.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
That's pretty wild.
I watched them up there in Quebec doing that on YouTube one time.
Yeah, it's big in Quebec. Really big.
Yeah. I mean, Jesus, the guys were going around the corner of the track. They were basically laying on the ice.
Yeah.
And they're 10 inches away from another motorcycle that's got 4-inch needles sticking out of the tire.
Yeah.
Doing 100 miles an hour. It's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I said, balls of steel.
Yeah. I've driven fast, but not like, well, I guess some people would say it was on a crazy track.
I think 110's about it for me.
I don't know how fast it was actually going. I know the speedometer was past 125.
Oh, I've never been that fast.
Coming up on the other side. And the hill still had lots of throttle left.
They were showing once a guy driving a rail, and they had the GoPro camera right above where he was steering.
Yeah.
God, you really gotta freaking hold on that steering wheel, man. Otherwise, it'll just turn.
Did you ever watch that?
Tires are pretty light, I tell you.
You ever watch that series, The Race of Gentlemen?
Yeah.
That's pretty good. I like that.
Tell me about it.
Well, they race on there's a place in New Jersey they race, and there's a place in California they race. And there is another place somewhere else, like inland, but I can't remember exactly where that is. But they race, old hot rods and all that stuff on the beach. Or on sand, just like drag racing. It's really kind of cool. I like it more for the cars. There's no real speed in it. But it's cool to see some of the cars that are out there racing. I always thought I'd like to go to one in New Jersey, but I think it'd be a while before I get down there.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think you're going to see too many people traveling because of this ordeal that's happening in the world.
No. Well, there's a lot of people traveling. Well, my friend Howard, his wife, she went to the northern part of the province. Now, they were both vaccinated, and she got COVID.
Oh, wow.
Yep. I mean, she didn't get real sick, but they tested when she came back. They both got tested. Now it's funny. She went up, but he didn't go up. But when she came back, she got tested, and then they found out that she had it, and then both of them had to stay home for 2 weeks and get tested again.
Yeah.
But she didn't get sick.
Gabe, I got to be closing up pretty soon because I got to feed my son.
Yeah, good idea. I got to eat too.
And then he got to go home.
Yeah.
Got to go back to school again tomorrow.
Oh, school, eh?
Yeah.
Well, we all went through that.
Yeah, I don't miss it either.
School is actually, I'd say, one of the best times of my life.
Well, college, I love college. I enjoy college.
Yeah, I never went to college.
Yeah, I went 4 years college.
What did you take there?
I took quality control and drafting.
Oh, okay.
Well, the company I worked for, the steel company, they wanted me to be a quality control supervisor. So they sent me to school and they paid my tuition and all that. So it was good.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you should have been able to get a good job then, John.
I had a good job, but the place went bankrupt.
Probably because they were sending everybody to school.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Yeah.
All the steel companies went under over here.
Yeah. Well, that's yeah. Well, the city would send us to, all these courses and that. I took a lot of courses through them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I wasn't going to turn that down. Like, it saves me
I didn't turn it
work at work. It was a 4-year course. Yeah, 4-year course. Yeah. But then the computers got in, and then your quality control. You have to have a computer under you now. So it's not that easy anymore.
No.
But anyways, thanks for guys for coming.
Yeah.
We had a good time, and I'll probably do it again tomorrow, but it'll be tomorrow night.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay, everybody in chat, thanks for coming.
Later, guys.
Yeah, see you later.
Later, Miguel.
Night, guys.